You are now listening to Nerd Rage Radio with Bobby Skullface and Adam Russman. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only and may not fit with your sensitive sensibilities. You may be a victim of meaningless outrage, or you may, in fact, be a big ninny pants. If this is the case, please feel free to turn it off now. This is no country for ninny McNinny pants. So crack open the Mountain Dew. Make sure the cheese doodles are super fresh. We're in your mother's basement. It's Nerd Rage Radio.
And welcome to episode 143 of Nerd Rage Radio. I'm sitting here today with Maryland Phil. Phil's a very nice guy. He's got a simple hat on today. It's embroidered 360 degrees. It's got a skull on it. It's also got pinstripes. It's as if the Punisher was also a Yankee. I can't hear Phil at all. Am I fucked up?
Oh, he's muted.
Okay.
Oh.
There you go.
Hello, folks.
There you go.
He might be muted too, Joe.
I don't know.
Joe, go ahead and talk.
Hello.
Joe's all fucked up as well.
There you go.
Okay.
Hello. Now I'm better.
Yeah.
Kind of. Still a little low, Joe. Low Joe. Wow, you're really high.
Who is?
Phil was.
So many knobs.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, turn them knobs.
This room is full.
Knobs.
Dude, this room is full of knobs.
That's
a fact.
It often is full of knobs.
Nobles. Knobs is short for nobles.
Hey, I might stink a little bit. I've been wearing, I got a new pair of overalls that I have to wear now. And they're a little thicker than my last
Don't
pair
breathe.
of overalls. They don't breathe.
So
So
it's hot out there.
I got that
It's
sweaty
getting hot out there.
that sweaty undershirt, and I've just been like putting on a clean undershirt, but I'm still kind of stinky on the inside. On the inside.
Dude, I mowed the grass today,
Whoa. Get out of town.
and I am such white trash. Like, dude, I blow the fucking grass all
Your
over the
white
yard.
trash is trash.
I don't care. I blow it all into the street. I never blow it out like with the people coming and like clean up their yard.
Yeah,
after,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, nope, fuck that. Like I'm like, dude, I literally thought to myself today as I was mowing it, I was like,
hope somebody says
I wish
something.
I was crushing a Coors Light right now. Like just
Dude,
slamming
you should
them
just
back.
you should get. Actually, you know what? I wish I could have a beer right now. That's what I wish.
Dude, I moved my house.
I got some.
I
I
moved
know
in
you
my,
have some, but if I take a beer right now, I will literally fucking fall asleep.
that
And I'm-
bad?
Yeah.
I'll get super farty, dude. I fucking drank a bunch of beers on,
super fart.
dude. I drank.
Now I feel like my mic is too hot.
I drank a bunch of beers the night before Skullfest. Like
Burst?
that's what I was drinking instead of wine. Like I was banging some beers
There we go.
and crushing the beers. And dude, like around like 8 p.m., I started getting farty as shit. And I'm sitting on that little love seat, and I just like it sounded like I had something on my gallbladder. It was like I felt gassy, and then I had decided to I had to bear down a little bit.
You know, it would be so funny to if you went to the doctors one day and they're like, "Mr. Skullfoss, you're gluten intolerant."
Gluten sensitivity.
Dude, I'd get you like a life tag, that thing you wear around your wrist that said gluten thing. I get you one of those, those little buttons that you push. You know what I mean? And now there's a sensor. You can like sniff the food, like put a little sample in, it tells you if there's gluten in it.
I would ask for like some prayers and thoughts and shares if I had fucking.
For real.
Yeah.
Speaking of prayers and
yes,
thoughts and
let's
shares.
get into that.
Yes.
So
So do you like that thing? The suggestion for the thing?
we'll talk after the show.
No, we can't talk about it now.
No.
That means he doesn't like it, folks.
No, it just means I see some pros and cons to both. And,
Okay. Okay.
So a longtime Nerd Rage supporter, also a supporter of most of the Cool Table shows, I believe. Mr. Josh Fisher, he went to. I mean, I want to put his business out there because it's on the GoFundMe page. The link will be in our description.
Yep.
So if you go to the link, you're going to see his business anyway.
Yep.
He had sepsis. Went to the hospital. He also had cellulitis.
What is cellulitis?
It's like, it's hard to explain.
Yeah, I always fuck it up when I try to explain it. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah,
It's
I
not-
have to look it up. To
In my head's like sepsis is a bigger deal.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Definitely a bigger deal.
But cellulitis is a commonly potential serious bacterial skin infection.
Okay.
And he had to have one of his legs amputated below the knee.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when I found out about it, I reached out to some people. Some people had already from the Cool Table had
Yep.
sent
Yep.
very My dog's in the crate. I forgot all about it, and there he will stay.
I like it already.
Dude, he's lucky I haven't put him down.
Yeah. Dude.
He almost put you down.
Yeah.
I do it. I do it for free.
So the joke, so the joke was with the amount that people had already contributed. We all talked behind the scenes and said, let's get everybody from the shows to put in, X amount and then give it directly to his wife.
Yeah.
I got on the phone with her yesterday, talked to her a bit. She said that he's in good spirits. She passed the phone to him. I talked to him. He was like, he was like, I got a lot of work to do.
All right. Did you ask him if it was okay to make jokes yet?
Well, so he has a podcast called All Queued Up.
Yeah.
And it just started recently. They had the Toys That Made Us people on already.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I said to him, I was like, dude, I told you to break a leg. So anyway, I talked to him. He's in good spirits. He was like, yeah, I got a lot of work to do. And I was like, what? Like, I was like, look, relax, recovery up, And he was like, no, I got a lot of work to do to recover. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I got to be able to shake you guys' hands at TFCon this year, so I got to make sure. I'm like, come on, man.
Jeez, that's crazy.
So there's a link to the GoFundMe in the description of this show. If this is a guy in the community, like if you got some extra change that you want to kick his way,
guys, we want to get him a super cool fucking Iron Man leg.
Yes.
Hell yeah! Like the fucking beep, 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 beep. You know what I mean?
I mean, they have those nowadays, man.
Well,
I know. I've seen one. It's fucking awesome.
He used to be like he was a hell of a pilot. Like he was in the Air Force.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going for Hospital jokes. I'm like, dude, we give it up, right? We're gonna go see the movie tonight. Calm down.
But he's more machine now than that. But anyway,
that's love.
Josh, we wish you the very best. Our thoughts are with you. Our hearts are with you. A little bit of our money's with you too, but neither here nor there. We hope that it helps. And if there's anything that you can think of that we could help you with, just please don't hesitate to reach out. You have friends here. You have friends at the Cool Table, and I'm sure you have friends in the community.
Anybody who's got one of those badass 3D printers that can do the Stark Technologies leg, holla at us. Let's make that happen.
So yeah, that's that. We wanted to get right out of the way, and that's pretty
cool.
much.
So let's start from my left to my right with Mr. Joe KW.
What up,
Joe? How was your nerd week?
Despite working a shit ton, I still got some nerd stuff done. I started rereading Claymore. It's one of my favorite mangas. If any of you guys out there are anime manga fans and would like a story revolved around strong female characters,
Joe, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Somebody told me a secret about you.
There's not many secrets about me.
I would have to say there's not many secrets about him either. At least Jesus Lord, I hope not.
Somebody called you an anime elitist.
Anime elite? How so?
Just you're very elitist in your anime persuasion. Is that true, Joe?
I don't think so, because there are anime elitists out there, and they wouldn't watch things like Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Like they would say that's like not real anime.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I enjoy anime in all its forms.
Okay.
I think SH Figuarts released a new gave teases for a new Saint Seiya figure also.
Oh shit!
I'll
Nice.
see if I can pull it up while you're talking.
Maybe it's the last of the three judges.
It's like purple and black.
Yes.
Dude, he's getting chubby over there, right?
Dude, it's so much money. I have to get two of them. That means it's at least $300 for me every time they drop one, because those things are at least $150
Are they really?
with shipping and everything. Yeah, some of them, if it's the fucking mall exclusive or what the fuck that Bandai does, Tamashii Nation, that shit is like $300.
That shit is trash.
It's fucking trash, especially when they do that bullshit with mainline characters.
Oh, yeah.
Like not a
Anakin.
fucking side character.
I think Jedi Luke is a Tamashii Nation.
Really?
Is that Motormaster?
Or Last Jedi Luke, like the Octu Luke.
Yeah.
Is that Motormaster?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
It was a custom made for me by Mr. William Fong.
That looks awesome.
That is awesome.
Hey, if Two Pipes is a fucking exclusive, you'd buy it.
2 tubes?
Yeah, Two Tubes.
If 2 tubes is an exclusive, I'm buying 2 tubes. Because his brother 2 tubes is also around, and I get a little custom coat for him.
Jeez.
All right. What else?
Oh, but yeah. Claymore. It's good
Claymore.
for
elitists.
elitists.
Okay.
It ends. It's like 150 chapters. If you want to read the manga, there's an anime for it. It's pretty faithful to the manga until the last couple episodes where they just wrap shit up real quick.
That's why you get the elitists. Because when that shit is not, you don't like the movie versions, or if it doesn't follow the manga to the T, though, right?
Because they end stuff early. I mean, imagine if you watch Star Wars instead of being episode 4, 5, and 6, you have episode 4, and then they wrap 5 and 6 up in a made-up way. That's not 5 and 6.
Or they give you episode 8. I understand.
Dude, we were just talking about episode 8 today, Laura and I.
We always talk about episode 8.
SH Fake Arts is doing Harry Potter figures too.
Are you
Does
down for
anyone
that?
care?
No.
Anybody here?
Anyone here?
No.
Dude,
Oh,
I just realized something. Yeah, the last of the 3 judges.
Yeah.
Um,
The fucking-
Don't judge me.
times like these, I just realized it's weird. I just realized I'm not white. I forget sometimes. I tell you that.
It was that Asian. Oh!
Yeah.
You were shocked. Was that it?
Yeah, and that was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was.
Because like I'm looking across from me and you're all like the same tone, and I look down and I'm like, oh shit, I'm not the same
You know
tone.
what? I don't. Maybe we're the same hairiness.
Same color hair too,
Yeah.
almost, and your arm hairs, and like now I feel odd.
Joe, as a heads up,
I want to be one of you.
the drapes match the carpet over here.
Hey, that's my preferred. That is my
Hey,
preferred.
you got a gray pube yet?
I wouldn't know.
Oh God! Isn't it itchy?
Not even keep it shaved.
Yeah, it's itchy if it's not.
Oh, can't do it.
I keep
bro.
mine trimmed short.
Yeah.
I just can't tell. Like I just got it. Like it's honestly it's a matter of being easier than trimming. I'm not
Really?
talking about this too much more. Honestly,
Who started this?
I know it's my fault.
I think
It's
it was
my
you.
fault. It's also my fault for re-interjecting.
Is it also every 3 days? Same time with you?
No. It's actually it's on
Full body
You're
laser.
all in now.
It is.
You're all in now.
It is every 3 days, but it's not on the same day because that's just too much. So it's like it's like
Wouldn't it just get out of the way?
so for easiness.
Okay.
Let's do the days 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Right. So I shave my head on day 2, and I shave my balls on day 1.
I got a
Where
question
in the
for you.
house is the laser chamber where you just
Yeah. Would you go to get the laser to get rid of your hair on the
Yes.
side?
Yes, but
I'm thinking about doing that for my neck,
I would do it. But
but I might need to harvest
here's the
those
thing:
later.
if like I think it's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I'm
And
sure
it
it's
is very
anything
expensive.
like that's
And
expensive.
in order to get it done, like Laura would have to get
Another job.
no. She would have to get the home team advantage. Like she would have to get
Oh, a
dibs on
discount.
first. Like look, you can go first. Like you've been shaving your legs since you were like 14.
Oh,
probably.
gotcha.
You've earned it.
Yeah.
So,
You
so does she ever help you, or you just shave everything yourself?
She never gets in there and takes care of the taint?
know. No. I can do it. It's
I
fine.
bet you can.
So I've shaved myself completely before,
Dude, that's the name of this podcast, Taking Care of the Taint.
and but I find it weird when you I start trimming and stuff shaving, because when you shave,
Yeah.
there's a place where you don't know where to stop because your hair abruptly ends and it's weird, right?
Hey, Selena.
I don't know what you mean.
What's up, baby? What are you doing?
She wants to show us a new backpack that she got on the last day of school.
Yeah.
You just came down to hang out?
So continue your story, sir.
Well, let's say I'm shaving my arm, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm just shaving my forearm, I don't have that much hair. If you shaved your forearm, just shaved your forearm, and then it stops here, and then you just have hair from here up, from your
Yeah.
upper arm.
Yeah.
So it's like that down there. I didn't know where to stop, and then I ended up
Shaving
shaving
everything.
everything from
Yeah.
the belly button down that day.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's So where do you stop? So
I
it's just like
I-
hairy legs, and then
I stop whenever my second kid's around. That's where I stop. So, how else was your nerd week?
Pussy.
I think he's just using her as an excuse.
Oh, he is. Absolutely. He's all in.
Great segue.
Started watching One Piece again. I couldn't wait for the dub anymore, so I started watching the subs. And the reason I watch the dub is so I can eat and watch stuff at the same time, or do stuff and watch at the same time.
That's my problem, man.
Like, I don't have a problem with reading subs. It's just I can't do anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I have to do it while I eat, and that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm starting One Piece again, and I think that might be it for my nerd stuff.
Because you can't be painting and doing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that's it.
Okay.
I'll interject later. Oh, I forgot something. Like Mr. Grateful Mercy
little
later. if I remember.
Alibis. Robert.
Oh,
So one thing I noticed,
Just one.
is that
just
one thing I hate. If there is a communal pot of coffee,
Yes. Oh, are we getting into coffee etiquette?
yeah,
Because I'm fascinated with this subject, actually. Continue.
if there's a communal pot,
Mm-hmm.
or it's at your house,
Okay.
it's a pot of coffee at your house,
Yeah.
or a pot of coffee at my house, or
Yes.
this is not a place where you're buying a cup of coffee.
Yes.
Okay, I hate when someone says, "Hey, let me buy you a cup of coffee." I'm like, I fucking hate it.
Unless Gary does it.
No, I hate that.
I thought you liked Gary do it because he only does it to you.
No, he explained that he does it
Just to you.
just to me
To fuck with you.
because he knows I hate it and he would never say it to anyone else.
Yes.
So that made me like it because it is very Gary in a way.
Yes.
Yes. Also, I've noticed for the first time.
Now, what if I say in my house, let me buy you a cup of coffee? Because technically, I am buying you a cup of coffee.
I don't know.
Try next time.
Yeah,
you
try
have all
it.
this rules.
I know. I don't think they'll save me. I think they'll destroy me.
Just ask that person to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simple.
Um.
Simple conflict resolution there, Papa.
So here's something. I'm sure I've heard this before in my life, but I'm not sure. But I definitely heard it this past week. An odd accentuation on one of the elements of a two-part sneeze.
Okay.
So the two-part sneeze is obviously the heh and the chew.
Yes.
My emphasis is on the chew.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
most people, I find,
I would concur.
just earlier this week, I heard somebody go,
That's crazy.
I was like,
That is complete. That's polar opposite.
That threw me
Have
the
you
fuck off.
have you ever heard my hiccups before?
yes.
They're ridiculous.
They're actually spelled HICCUPS.
Yeah, like it's as if the person who invented the word and how to spell it got in a time machine and came to the present and listened to me hiccup, and they're fucking 100% real, and I cannannot help it. It's like
How do you get rid of them? Do you hold your
I
breath?
gotta drink. If I don't take a drink of water after every mouthful of food, I will get hiccups.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. With the exception of stuff like popcorn, like snacky snacks. But yeah,
Your
man,
diaphragm is trash.
my diaphragm is strong. It's just hyperactive.
Just tell her you probably will never get the hiccups again.
Is that what I need to do?
So I had two odd dreams this week as well.
Oh,
I had a dream.
is that Belly J dream?
No, that's
No.
not odd. I had a,
That's a nightly
I had
occurrence.
a dream
Line
that
them up, you knock them down.
I was in this field.
Okay, a field of dreams, man. Some may say.
Yes, and
Kevin Costner was there naked.
well, I'm trying to because my baby's sitting right next to me.
Okay. Do we need to like give her a task to do?
No.
Do you want to come
Jane
back?
will be home in 12 minutes.
Do you want to
so-
come back to you?
No,
Come back to the dream.
No, I think it might be funnier
More-
in code.
Oh, I like this. Okay.
So I was in this giant field,
Okay.
well cut grass. In this
Okay.
field.
You didn't do it then.
No.
Was
Mine
there-
had shit thrown
Was there
everywhere
crushed-
throughout the yard.
was there crushed
And,
Core
if I
Light
hit the- If I hit
cans?
the mulch, I'm just like, bah. It sounds like it just fucking spits mulch.
Stone skip across a road, break somebody's fucking window.
So I was. It was a very eyes wide shut situation
Okay.
with thousands of people.
Wow.
100% female.
Okay.
And I was just like one of my issues was I literally didn't know where to begin. And I started saying like, oh, I kind of want to start over here. This looks like it's a lot of fun over here. But then I was
Like
like,
coitus is already going on in sections, right?
yeah, but it's like, it's definitely a section.
Hey,
It's
there's
like
some
this
3
little
over here,
pocket
2
where-
over
yep,
here.
yep, yep,
Gotcha,
yep.
gotcha, gotcha.
And I was like, But then
Is there furniture to make it more comfortable?
No,
Or you in the
nothing.
grass?
Just
In the
well-groomed
grass.
grass
well-groomed
bodies.
grass. I'm talking about like a putting green.
Okay. Is there toys involved as
No,
well?
no,
Okay.
it's just bodies.
Gotcha.
Then
Gotcha.
Yeah.
every time you have a dream, just open your eyes and make it be unbetter.
No, this one I wanted to stick around for a while. So I'm looking around.
I'd better that dream.
I probably woke up a few times during the dream and I was like, oh, don't move, just close your eyes. And look back.
Yes, yes.
So I was like, I caught eyes with another one though, in a different pocket, right? But that pocket didn't look as fun,
Yeah.
right? But we definitely had a moment,
Okay.
in that
Okay.
glance, and then I started feeling like I'm gonna hurt their feelings. If I get involved in the pocket, I'm going to get involved in it. So I started having this like real moral debate about what I should be doing and why.
Moral debate in that
Dude.
situation is
We
ironic.
need to go fund me for your shrink.
And I was
We need to bring Dr. Francis back for that.
my whole issue was I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but I wanted to also do what I wanted to do, and I
Story of your life, right?
it was
like too real, man.
It was a lot like a kid at a candy store, but he couldn't make a decision, like running back and forth to like different things. And I eventually woke up, and I'm pretty sure it's because of my back situation has taken a toll on my leisure activities. So
Build up.
both with company and without.
Yes.
that
Yes.
I'm having these sorts of dreams.
Dude, then you need to cut yourself off for a while, man.
Yeah, well, I'm back in service now, but at any rate, the
My
other-
brother swears by that shit.
Yeah, no, I know. And
We talked about that before, I believe.
Yes, and the only time I've ever gotten close, because I've never had one.
Really?
Yeah, and the only time I've ever gotten close has been when life has just been hectic and I haven't had anything happen in a while. By one way or
Man,
another.
life is never busy enough for that.
Yeah, but Mister, I got no kids. So anyway, the other thing was the other dream I had was like I was hanging out with the Beatnuts.
Who?
Do you remember the
Who?
Beatnuts?
Nick?
Beatnuts.
No.
No idea.
So I was in Corona, Queens, New York, and I was
Very specific.
Yep. And I was hanging out with the Beatnuts, but I can't even remember the guy's name. Like there's Psycho Les and then the other guy. And I was hanging out with the other guy, and we were getting along famously. And I was like, I want to go talk to Psycho Les. I've never met him before. And he was like, you can, but he's really edgy these days, and he just slit a woman's throat open yesterday, and he's been really bothered by it. And I was like, okay, well, I just want to,
Oh wow.
I just want
Let me see.
No. I'm just.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to kind of, have a bit of a chat and say I'm a fan and this and that. This is the oh, Solo. We're seeing it tonight. I'm seeing it tonight.
Are you not going either? Really?
Are you going at him?
Oh, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if I can get tickets because I got off tomorrow for something else.
Okay.
Oh, this is done.
Ah, all right, cool.
Nice. Here we go. Wait for the little sample. Oh no.
Robert D's gonna complain.
There we go. Anyway, so like I was
What time does the solo ever going to?
8, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
8.
o'clock.
The standard one.
Yeah.
You guys don't want to do the IMAX 2D
It's 8 o'clock standard, I believe.
Yeah.
reserve seating IMAX 2D?
Yeah, we couldn't because we were always getting tickets at different times.
Should not.
I
It's,
didn't know last
auditorium
night, but
9.
You guys might get it. You guys might get it if I tell.
What was it?
All right, let's see if the tickets are available.
Minnie Q came in my bed, and it was like looking creepy, like I always see it.
Who?
Minnie Q.
Who's Mini Q?
Mm.
Oh, those Pokemons.
Do you know?
Keep the pocket monsters out of your bed. All right.
Keep them in your pocket.
You know what? That's what Pokemon means. Pocket monsters.
Oh.
Yeah. So the at any rate, I ended up going over to talk to him, and what's weird was it was like I knew all these guys, like,
We can go
and they were
first with
all.
your dream and then mine.
Yeah, I think we're probably. Well, we'll see how it goes. I like, and it was all these Hispanic rappers from New York, like 100% Hispanic,
Mhm.
and all from New York, like very specific. Like Fat Joe was there, Big Pun was there,
Wow.
like like so, and like Big Pun would like walk around the corner and be like, "Hey, Robert," and I'd be like, "Hey, Pun," and like it was nothing, like, "Hey, Robert," he talked crazy. At any rate, I started talking to Psycho Les. I was just like, "Look, man, I'm a big fan of the Beatnuts. I'm actually not that big a fan, but the songs that I like of theirs, I like a lot." And I was like, I used to listen to over and over and over again, my headphones, off the books, one of my favorite songs ever, et cetera, et cetera. And he just looked at me and put his thumb up to his neck and went,
dragging his thumb across his neck.
"Yeah." And I just turned around and walked away, and then I woke up. But it was just an odd assortment of dreams. So I want to talk about my back a bit, just to give an update. So I'm back to work for one.
Good.
And
He's back in action.
back to business. The only thing I'm trying to avoid is a back-to-back injury. So anyway, I've started moving around. Like first couple days were rough. Spent most of them on the massage table, but I'm much better now. I'm still a little tight. I still have a couple of muscle relaxers left that I'm kind of taking as needed. The steroid is gone, and the Motrin I'm down to like twice a day, where I was taking it, every 4 times a day. But it is interesting, like the number of things about it. Like on one end, I feel like it's like the closest thing to having a baby. Let me explain why.
Jesus Christ.
Let me explain why.
There goes our 2 female listeners.
No, not that the pain is anywhere near the same. I don't know. Mine's
Okay.
pretty bad. But my memory of it all is very fuzzy.
Okay.
Like the feeling of the injury, how the injury happened, the amount of time I had to spend laying down, face down on that table. Like it all seems like it was like 10 years ago.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's just
Auditorium 9, right? Is what you guys
Yeah.
have? Okay.
So it's just very peculiar in that way. The other thing is like how much I take for granted. Like I've realized like just little things like
Let's get back on the dream.
Your story's trash, Dad.
like picking up, put my socks on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like putting my socks on was a big deal
Yeah.
over the last couple weeks or last week or so.
You need those little grabby arms.
Dude, when I tore my shoulder out,
Uh-huh.
unzipping your fly
Mm.
was a big deal.
Wow.
But
You're like, fuck.
so I've just been like really trying to appreciate
Yeah.
more,
All right.
and that's all. And especially, like I know this metaphor isn't as metaphoric as it should be, but this Josh situation,
Yeah.
it's very much for me because I mean, like there was moments where I was feeling sorry for myself, like a little, like God damn, like you fucking like and like the
You feel like
expression,
your body's betrayed you.
you feel sorry for the man with no shoes till you meet the man with no feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, then that's about my week in a nutshell. I'm trying to think if I watched anything or read anything. I've been reading Superior Spider-Man,
Okay.
the Octavius.
How is it?
It's fucking stupid.
Really?
It's the fucking dumbest fucking
Now,
shit.
didn't you think you should say it's fucking awesome?
No,
Really?
It is fucking absurd.
All
Like
right.
it's so asinine in its premise, in its execution. I am literally so. I got this.
Is Spider-Man the best character that they make the worst stories for?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
why
got
I've been
this-
outside of Spider-Man since the 90s.
I got this from Chris Pinkerton
I got to call Chris, remind me.
vis-a-vis from Paul C.
Okay.
So Paul C lent it to him, and he lent it to me. Chris and Mason both read it and loved it. But Chris and I are going to have to
Calm yourself.
Snap my rubber band. Chris and I are going to have a conversation about comics because I was thinking about it just the other day because when I said it when I got in the car with them recently because I forget where we went, Deadpool 2. I
Yeah.
was like, which I saw also, and we have a spoiler discussion at the end of this episode about it. Marilyn, Phil, and I.
Joe and I have not seen it yet.
Correct. So
I'd rather go see that than Solo, but I'm going to go see
you should
Solo.
go see it. You should go see Deadpool.
Is that a Solo?
Yeah.
I've already about to take it. Come on now.
I'm being serious. I'm being
don't
serious.
front.
I'm not. I'm being 100% serious.
Don't front.
I'm hoping Solo was better.
I think it'd be.
Oh, you didn't like it either.
Anyway, it's
Huh.
At any rate, right? I started thinking about the books that Chris has read and that he likes, right? So I recommended Secret Wars to him, right? And he was like, I've read it. Ugh.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, not old Secret War,
The new one.
new one.
Yeah.
Because old Secret War is great, but I'm not sure how it holds up.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Never go
I like
back.
it because of how classic it is from my childhood, the original.
Right. Yes.
My child.
That's not mine. And then there was another couple of books that he's read and didn't like, and then books that he was recommending to me that I'm like, I've read that and that's trash. So
There's very different opinions.
I
there.
think we just have very
Yeah.
different things, which is very interesting because like if I meet somebody that's a fucking moron, right? You know, and they're like, and they're like, look, The Last Jedi is dumb. Or I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Let me say something else. No.
The truth
whole
comes
show right
out.
there.
The truth comes. Dude,
out.
I'm gonna loop that shit.
No, it was a low-key jab at you.
The truth comes out.
But look, look. What I'm saying is if I like, and they're like, okay, let's say it. Like, Citizen Kane is stupid. And I'm like, okay, and they're like, I mean, nothing has been as good since Fast and the Furious 3. I treat them like Cindy Lou Who, and I give them a little tap on their head, and I send them back to bed. Do you know what I mean? But Chris is not. Chris is a smart guy, and I consider him on the level in terms of like sensibilities about things. You know, doesn't mean we always see things the same way, but it does seem as though that comic book wise, we are looking for a different thing.
Mhm.
We're walking into it with different expectations. So I want to have him on again at some point, which is relatively easy, and get into why he likes the books that he likes, and I'm even hesitant. The only book that I think we both really loved so far was Uncanny X-Force, but
Oh yeah, that's good.
I wanted to like recommend other books to him, like where I was like, what about like Why the Last Man or 100 Bullets or Preacher, stuff like that, the non-tights and fight stuff.
Yeah.
Just to wet your beak.
You should
Yes.
read The Boys.
The Boys. I actually
Boys.
just recommended The Boys to Lenny yesterday. I had a great conversation with Lenny. I had a 7-hour conversation with Lenny talking about third party and stuff. That was really fucking. We should have recorded most of it.
Should have been on Shadowcast.
Yeah. But I was just surprised.
Once you're out of the circle, Joe.
I'm just
Unless you're Greg.
I'm just curious as to what I should be recommending to him.
I have
Yeah.
a question. In the last 5 years, not in the next 5 years,
Don't push that, okay?
but in the last 5 years, any of the things in the last 5 years, superhero wise, that you read that you actually liked?
Yeah, Secret Wars.
Anything else?
That Superman book I bought for you.
Yep.
How many-
There's been a lot.
How many?
Yeah,
okay.
I think
There's
been
been
a
a lot.
amount.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering.
Maybe I've grown past.
Dude, we're
it.
at
or
three-
maybe stuff are just not as good anymore.
Yeah, or maybe they're aiming. Maybe the companies are focusing direction towards children more.
Right.
You know, which I think Spider-Man has kind of always been in that realm, so to
340.
speak. Jesus Christ,
That's
Raoul.
stupid.
But
Yeah.
I think
Crazy.
because we've often had that conversation that Spider-Man is usually the gateway drug. Spider-Man is marijuana when it
Yeah.
comes to comic books.
Yeah, so is Batman.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
Spider-Man hits earlier.
Yeah, I think Wolverine
Oh,
is a
let me
closer.
let me rephrase that.
Mm.
Batman is the gateway drug for DC.
Yes,
Specifically.
yes,
Definitely.
100%. But I'm wondering now if maybe Spider-Man books are just
Trash.
purposefully childish to constantly grab that audience every 3 years.
Maybe.
You know?
See, that's
Because I
that,
like some of the arcs they do, and then some of them are okay. Spider-Man is
I-
one of my favorite characters.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Yeah. I can't remember the last good Spider-Man book that I've read was The Other.
Okay,
You know?
that was interesting.
That was
It-
very
it's a
That's when they
weird
brought
book.
in
It was the
Moreland.
weirdest shit.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go back.
I want to read Bendis's run on Spider-Man. Like,
Bendis's the Ultimate Spider-Man run.
The ultimate
really,
stuff is
really
good.
well
yeah.
done.
Yeah. Even when they killed Peter.
Yeah, even
Very-
I don't think I've ever read that.
yeah, that was cool.
He kind of died weird though. Didn't like hit by a car or something. Like
It
the
was
Goblin
a
like
combination
exploded in
thing.
a car and it hit him.
Yeah.
It was weird, man. It's like Spider-Man's taken that shit before.
And then I saw Deadpool 2. I think it's trash. Phil thought it was all right. You can hear.
What was your out of 10? 4?
And then you can hear our conversation. The truth is that Phil and I actually don't really disagree about much, which is interesting to listen to after you've watched it. It just comes down to how much of it
Recycled.
bothered you and to what extent. You know, like, I didn't like this, I didn't like this, I didn't like this, I didn't like this, but I enjoyed the movie at a 6.5, and I enjoyed the movie at a 4. You know, it's interesting. But so that conversation is at the end. Phil, your Nerd Week.
I saw Deadpool
Hey, Bobby,
2,
let me do
obviously.
my job, all right? Phil, hold on. Phil, how was your Nerd Week? Well,
Bring it down a bit.
yeah.
It's, Deadpool 2.
Quiet storm.
I gave it, like Bobby said, I gave it a 6.5. I went in.
He said a 6. He's always cutting.
No,
He's always cutting the fat.
I went in hoping I would like it better than the first one, but it turns out I like the first one better. Anyway, I've been trying to catch up on CW, the old Arrowverse shows. I know. I've been watching on Netflix, so I'm like a season behind, just because I want to see what they'll do. With the 4 main shows, I haven't watched Black Lightning yet at all. I've heard it's okay.
That's also what they call my Civic on 70.
For the stuff I got the Storm Collectibles Hiachi recently. That was pretty cool. I'm hoping they do a good job with that line. This Tekken is one of my favorite fighting games.
Cool. You don't like Tekken?
No, fine.
I feel like Joe has something on his mind.
You're not pronouncing it right or something?
No.
Yeah.
Is that
Oh.
it?
That's it. Oh, I was gonna ask you think the Deadpool movies are like what you said about DMX?
Oh, all right. So I got to say that's Brutus's line. I can't take credit for it.
All right. What did you say
the
about DMX?
Brutus said when DMX third and fourth album came out, and everybody was like, "I don't know about him, man." And Brutus was like, "Look, DMX is great, but this is why." He had a certain amount of stuff he had to say,
Yeah.
and in those first 2 albums, he said it.
Gotcha.
I
do recall that now.
you might be onto something.
Yeah, that does sound like a good analogy, actually.
You might be onto something, and it might have actually, without getting too much into it, it might have benefited more from being a Cable and Deadpool movie than being a Deadpool and Cable movie.
Yeah, I think if they had done that route, it would have been a better film, probably.
It's interesting.
So did it leave you in a place of a hopeful part
I
3?
don't give a fuck.
Really?
Yeah, fuck it all. It's lumped in with the rest of the trash from Fox for me.
Really?
I will see a third film,
Wow.
but I don't
definitely see
expect it to be
I'm gonna,
good.
I'm gonna go see fucking Phoenix.
Are you? I thought we weren't gonna see that.
No,
No, I will see.
Fuck!
Phoenix is the
God damn it!
Age of Apocalypse wasn't that good, so
Phoenix
whatever the
is
next
gonna
one
happen.
is.
Oh
should be
yeah,
good,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Every
If you
other,
go by
every
Bobby's
other.
analogy,
Yeah.
'cause Days
All
of
the
Future
even
Past
is
is
all
good.
the even numbered ones are good.
Just like the years.
Yeah.
But like I think that this whereas Deadpool feels like it's this breath of fresh air that Fox can do every now and then, like X2, Days of Future Past, Deadpool 2 is like it feels like the rest of it to me.
Was Domino any good?
So we talked about that. Her characterization
Is wrong.
is wrong,
Okay.
but it might make more sense.
Okay.
Yeah, based on the world.
However, I don't think I can ever get past the way she looks. And I said this recently, and somebody was like, "Is it a black and white thing?"
She looks good.
So you know what I said?
It's a white and black thing.
It's not a black and white thing. It's a black and white thing.
Oh, okay. I get it. I see what you did there. It's awful clever.
Like it doesn't matter the race.
Yeah.
Like it's something about that iconic face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like white skin with a black patch.
And like not Caucasian.
right? No.
But like ghosts.
Like
yeah,
Joker white.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Joker white.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Titanium, little titanium white, little yellow ochre. All right, Phil. What else happened in Nerd Rage?
The other thing I got was I got my hands on an Iron Studios 1/10 scale statue of Scarlet Witch from Captain America.
Oh,
She's
cool.
basically in flight using her powers to levitate, which is pretty cool.
Dude,
A lot of
Nice.
good detail on it.
just to piggyback on the toys real quick, since we're talking about them, these fucking reveals.
For what?
SH Figuarts, Star Wars,
Oh,
and
here,
Avengers
here.
stuff.
Just bring him
Wow.
I
over
want to
here.
make sure that everybody can like.
Oh wow!
But like, so this is the first like, oh okay, yeah, and then I'm like, wait, who's that? Who's that?
Wow,
Ooh.
that's good. Wow.
Little emperor
Seated.
with throne, which makes me feel irritated because I bought a
Yeah.
goddamn 3D.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Nice.
Little
Blue
Jawa. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like this Jawa might look a little
junkie.
animated. Like,
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. The proportions
Okay.
aren't.
yeah.
same.
Does he have a little black smile on his face?
I don't
He,
think.
Like
he,
an emoji face? Look at it.
he looks like he could be from Clone
It
Wars.
was like a little belly button.
Yeah.
Like
I don't like that.
Like inside from the movies, he's from Clone
I
Wars.
don't like that.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Oh, I like the
yeah.
Yoda.
Yoda looks good.
Yoda looks cool.
Oh, more troopers, Bobby.
Yeah.
Dude, what about Ghost Obi-Wan? I don't know how I feel about that.
It looks better than the Princess Obi-Wan we got from Hasbro.
Yeah. Oh, damn, a Han and...
Han Carbonite. Wow.
Dude, perfect.
Boba Fett, Royal Guard.
More of those red guys for you.
That Thor looks good. Wow.
wait.
Whoa,
I
whoa.
wanted Joe to see
Oh yeah.
Are you going to get...
fucking Figuarts Jar Jar.
I fucking
Misa got a
hate
big
Yes.
I fucking
Yes.
hate those guys. When they show up in Clone Wars, I get mad. I have to watch that episode.
I am in.
Yeah, I know you are.
But yeah, I'm in for Falcon. I'm in for Thor,
Wow.
and I'm in for. I'll keep my Black Panther I have, and then I'm in for Iron Patriot.
So,
or whatever.
how many Jawas is appropriate?
All right.
One is not.
No, one is not. I think
3.
I think 3 as well, but not for the same reasons. You have 2.
You don't even know what my reasons are.
Three, do you mean 3 in a group?
No.
Where's the third? Or
He's
where's-
off. He's off in the back, fucking with some trash.
No, the third has to be Fanning Jabba,
Okay.
Okay.
and then you can have 2 together somewhere else with the sand people or something, or the native Tatooiners, and it's fine. Adam, how was your nerd week?
Well, let me tell you about my week. So, I started a new job, and the crew I'm working with is good. The manager, like the head manager, is great. The people that are working under me are great. The people working under them are great. But my direct report, our direct supervisor, is fucking Biff Tannen from Back to the Future. I am the Marty McFly to his Biff Tannen.
Hey, butthead.
Yeah, what are you looking at, butthead?
Oh,
It's ridiculous.
Like classic bully.
Yeah, like I think. Well, he's got a little one of these things. And I'm not gonna put his business out there, but when he's talking to people, I don't know what it is, but I don't know what I've done to him in a previous life.
Yeah.
But like his boss pulled me aside and was like, "Dude, are you? What's going on? Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine, man. There's no big deal." He's like, "What the fuck is his problem?" I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, Did you do something to him? I was like, no.
Not to my knowledge.
He was like, well, do you want me to take care of this? And I was like, I got it. Listen, this motherfucker is JV. I'm all pro. All right, I can take care of this shit. So he's gonna have a reckoning here real soon. But dude, it's blowing my mind. Like the funny bit is that like I think he's maybe a little intimidated by me because I came from a really good shop and they sent me there to kind of fix this up. So that might be it, but like all he's doing is making everybody that's worked for him for 2 years hate him now because of what he's doing.
Nice.
To me.
That's
Yeah,
It's a good thing.
yeah.
It's
Like
good for
everybody's
you.
coming
Yeah.
up to me and is like, dude, what do you need, man? We got your back on this. This is ridiculous. And that's like on day 2. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So he was out today, and he's gonna be out like most of next week. So that'll be fucking glorious. But it's funny, man, because like he's there's already something I came in and like I offered him a solution to it, and he's like, "No, we're not doing it like that. We don't care what you did, where you came from. We're doing it like this, right?" And it's completely got fucked up. Like the problem is bigger than like 4 other sections combined, and so now I'm like, "All right, this is on you, man. I'm just stepping away from it, so it'll work itself out." But that has sucked. That has been like, I've like been on like looking to, like for new jobs. I'm like, fuck this guy, man. I will go someplace else. This is ridiculous. This is not worth. This is not worth the fucking headache. And my hours are really early. I'm working like 4 in the morning to like 1.
Whoa.
So yeah,
Man, you'd be balled out tired.
got to get in there and get those fucking floors shined up, and
It's quite a mob mess.
it's all about getting that rag and hitting the edge of the shoe molding to get all the dirt off the edge of the shoe molding. That's the key to make it look shine. That dust is a fucker.
People don't realize the lengths you have to go through for the dirt between the tiles.
Oh my god, man!
The grout.
Yeah, you got to grout that
the
shit.
dirt that settles in the ground.
Yeah.
You got to bleach that shit.
Yeah,
In a
you can
special
mop
machine.
the tiles all day long,
Yeah,
and they're
just pushing
and they're-
dirt in
and they're
there.
fine, but you're just pushing dirt
That's
in
right.
the ground.
So there was that. I did watch a fascinating 4-part documentary on Netflix called Evil Genius.
Oh, I've been watching it. Don't spoil it for me. I've been watching it. It is fucking.
Motherfucker!
Why haven't I heard? This is like
Justin said that, right?
Yeah,
Justin's
you recommended it
one
to me.
you
All right, what
about
episode are you
Netflix.
on?
2.
God damn it, dude.
Can't talk
Like
about
the
it.
one fucking Netflix show that's only 4 episodes that you wouldn't fucking most people would knock out in a goddamn night.
No, that's not
Like
my
you.
life, man. I usually don't even get into bed until.
And this is like the only thing I've been able to watch. So let me just give the premise of it.
He's gonna spoil it. That's what he does every
No,
time.
no.
Every time.
No.
Him and
All right,
Greg.
so okay, so it focuses on the situation that happened in Erie, PA back in like 05. That sound right?
It's early
That
2000s.
pizza bomber. So the guy that
Yeah.
came into a bank, he had a big collar on
It's
his
just
neck.
A and B to me. There's A and B, and there's B and B. That's how I delineate time. Before my birth, after my birth.
Anyway, he came in after your birth.
Yes.
Robbed the PNC Bank in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Penisy?
PNC. The PNC Bank. Just a giant.
Oh, now she's gone.
Just a
now she's
giant
gone.
fucking-
because they want-
he's got back. It's backed up now. You know what I mean? He's got to he's been saturated. His nerve endings.
It's like pulling back against the spring.
Yeah. That tension. Anyway, and then she robbed the bank. The cops stop him. He's got this fucking explosive collar off, and it fucking explodes and kills him. And the FBI has never seen anything about it. And then, so you did get to the freezer bit, right? No freezer?
Oh wait, it's with they found a body in a freezer.
Yes.
But I'm like right around there though.
Okay. So then that happens. The case goes cold. There's nothing, right? And then 3 weeks later, somebody calls him like, "Hey, listen, you need to go to this house. There's a body in a freezer, and my ex-girlfriend killed a guy. Wanted me to get rid of the body. I can't do it. The body's in the freezer. You need to go arrest her." And that's pretty much, I'm gonna leave it there. That's where Bobby's at. And it's that story about the people.
The pre-pour.
The people. God damn it, man. I swear. Fucking dude, softball fucking blows. It blows, man. It's like 2 games a week, and then it's fucking sometimes 2 practices.
I think all kids sports blows unless the parent is super into the sport.
You know what, man?
Then it sucks for the kid.
I cannot. Yeah, dude.
That's what happened to you in baseball.
This is my 9-year-old, right? And so there's 8, 9, and 10-year-old girls on this team, and there's dads like, come on, Jessica, get your head in the game, get your head in the game.
Yeah.
That was your pops.
And I'm looking at this
Stand
guy,
that
and
You're wrecking that kid's
this
life.
isn't. There's nothing against your dad, all right? But I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with your life? That this, listen, I love my kids, and I hope she has a blast. But this is a fucking game. I don't need to be here to be like, thumbs up, good luck getting to second base. That's just, I realize it's listen, do you want me to come this one? If I'm free, I'm going to come. I'm going to, I'm not going to sit here and watch you practice.
Well, I think with my dad, it was just as my experience
Yeah.
firsthand. It was more. It wasn't so much about who won or lost or anything like that. He didn't care about that. It was about me being focused, dedicated, and motivated.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it was about, you know.
Yeah.
And I wasn't because I didn't,
Crafting you to the man you are today.
because I didn't care, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like when you know, if a line drive would have came my way and I got in front of it and I put the ball, you know, and it hit my mitt and I grabbed on, but it popped out, my dad would be like, "Oh, you know, you gave what you had, you know. You got to work on that grip and work on, you know." But like if I was like, "Bah!" Like, you know, what are you doing? Like you're not even trying, you know. Like that was his thing.
Mm.
But like, yeah, I would be out there. I mean, I usually played first base, but I would be out there sometimes and like not giving a fuck. And like by the end of the game, I'm like playing center field or some shit. I'm like, how'd this happen?
Yeah, that's the truth. It happens.
Do you remember the Turtles VHS, the original Turtles VHS? They had that Pizza Hut commercial that played at the beginning, that kid playing the outfield. It was like, I play left field where the dandelions grow. You gotta know how to bat. You gotta know how to throw. That's why I play in left field, way out where the dandelions grow. It was like
That sounds amazing. I don't remember this.
Yeah,
I don't
it was,
remember that
it was
at
at the beginning of the VHS for Turtles, the original VHS.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like it was like a Pizza Hut sponsored thing because if you bought the VHS, you got like a coupon to Pizza Hut and some shit.
I vaguely remember, but it was like it was a baseball commercial.
Yeah,
though?
well, no, it was a Pizza Hut commercial, but this kid was playing baseball, and then like he got a nice pizza after the big win, and they all celebrated with some pizza pies, like that sort of thing. But I used to, whenever they would move me out into, like if I was playing poorly and they'd move me out into the outfield, I would in my song in my head, like, fuck, I'm that kid from that song.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Who had better trash pizza, Pizza Hut or Domino's?
Oh, you know, I kind of feel like it went in phases.
Yeah,
You know, like-
yeah, it was Domino's for a while, and then Pizza Hut stepped up the game.
Yeah, and then it would be
with
Pizza Hut
that
for a while,
buttery,
and then,
with that buttery deep dish crust.
Yes.
dude, that Pizza Hut, the big New Yorker, was a good fucking trash pizza.
Yeah,
Like
Pizza Hut lunch buffet was awesome.
Pizza Hut lunch
Yeah.
buffet is still low. Awesome. I'm like $5.99.
Are you out of your mind?
Do they still have the dessert pizza?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
haven't
man.
had that in years, man. I used
Fuck
to-
yeah.
you know what? And you
All
get
the
the
way,
like
that's
you get that
awesome.
Hawaiian pizza because you really only want one piece of Hawaiian pizza. You know what I'm saying? Like the ham.
Yeah,
but
I,
like-
I can,
but yeah,
I love
know what
Hawaiian.
you
Like the
mean.
ham, like the ham and the ham and the. You just want one piece, and you're like, all right,
like
that
the
was good.
pineapple.
That was
Well,
good.
I like because I like to celebrate the different crusts. That's why I
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah,
the buffet.
exactly.
You get a couple, you know, like I'm a more of a thin and crispy guy. Like that's my favorite sort of pizza.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
like to dabble in the pan and
Yeah.
hand toss, and then get back to my thin and crispy.
So let me get back to Evil Genius.
Please do.
So you're going to be introduced to this lady in Evil Genius.
Turns out she did it.
No. She might be your mom's lost triplet.
No
Oh my
kidding.
God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that you will be watching this and like crawling into the corner and crying as you witness this.
Under the bed,
Yes.
So much trauma.
somehow curled up, but sitting under my bed.
The Laura walks in, the bed's all, you know, cattywampus.
Bulge in the middle for my head poking the mattress up.
But yeah, it is probably the most bizarre crime story I've ever witnessed. But it was good.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm
But you know what fucked with me? That whole season 1 shit. Like, there's no more seasons of this.
yeah,
You know
it's
what I
like
mean?
making a murderer. you know?
Yeah. No, making a murder. They're working on a season 2.
Oh, are they?
Oh yeah.
I feel like I feel like I keep hearing rumor. I feel like it's Gambit.
No, like the
8 weeks.
nephew got out. That nephew got out. There's a new fucking lawyer or whatever. So I think they're waiting to get something bigger going.
That
But they're-
nephew,
they're-
I feel like that nephew definitely deserved to get out.
Oh yeah.
Making Murderer is a fictional story, right?
Negative.
No.
No, it is. Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you haven't watched it yet?
I'm watching
The
it.
show is real, and the Drake diss by Joe Budden is super real.
Dude, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. That was one of my, like, I was so appalled by the failures of the system, you know. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. Are we reserved?
I think we're gonna go see Solo tonight.
Yes.
I just bought my ticket,
Yes.
got a kitchen pass, and I don't have to work tomorrow.
I was thinking if we get out of here on time, maybe go get some of that gluten-free pizza of yours.
Ooh, maybe.
I'm in a giving mood.
Yeah. You still owe
Um,
me 2, motherfucker. I smelled your shoe,
Yeah, I still remember smelling your shoe.
and that's
Adam's
2.
basement.
And that's 2 out of the cycle. Now we're 1. I might not be hungry today.
Okay, so we do have some news. I have the streams. Shiro is coming to Netflix in a reboot.
Is it going to be stupid animation, though? I kind of feel it's going to be stupid animation.
No, that
Don't-
Thundercats
that
was stupid. anime.
Thundercats is stupid animation.
Is that
Well, it's
real?
like the
Oh,
He-Man
yeah.
That's not a
2000.
joke?
No, it's not a joke.
Thundercats roar. That's a fucking real thing.
Yeah,
If they make the
People are mad.
the He-Man 2000s, I'm
right.
on board.
Me too.
But then I would hope they would bring that He-Man back.
Yes,
I did like that
hope so,
He-Man.
too.
It was fucking.
And they
great.
had Hordak be the end villain, the end all for that. And
That
was
fucking
great
He-Man
move.
is infinitely better than any other He-Man media.
Yeah,
ever.
he has been redefined as my He-Man canon in my
Yep,
brain.
definitely.
Yeah, because they actually
100%.
did backstory and everything.
Yep,
Yeah.
they made
Great.
fucking Snake Mountain make
Yeah,
sense. they like
they actually had the Snake Man in the cartoon. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
great.
I want them to bring back the Thundercats too.
So-
I like that one.
DreamWorks Animation Television and Netflix have unveiled the first poster for their animated reboot, accompanied by an announcement of the voice cast, which I'm not going to go through. But I mean, like the poster is not hateful.
What's this third party silhouette review?
There's a lot of rainbow in that sword.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of rainbow in She-Ra.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm not saying I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. The animation doesn't look.
Oh shit! The sword is the 2000 sword.
Oh, is it the 2000s?
Yeah, look
from
at it.
He-Man?
Is it,
Oh, yes,
is it the
yes,
same?
that is.
Oh,
It's the same
shit.
style, it's the same
Is it the
style.
same company?
I don't.
We
think
should
so.
find out. Yeah, we should find
Yeah,
out if it's the same
definitely-
company.
definitely looks
Oh,
the
you
same.
know
Because that'd be
what?
awesome.
But I'm in.
Awesome.
You know what? She-Ra. Dude, I got a little joke, man. Anytime my wife can't open up something,
Uh huh.
I grab it and like, He-Man, right? And they're like, He-Man. And now I got her doing it the second part. She gets mad as fuck. She's like, because it happens every day. They do like the whole ninja bullet coffee thing. And so she like when you put the hot liquid in there and you stir it all up, you can it's fucking hard to turn that thing. I get her every day with that shit. Any feat of strength. Any feat of strength.
So I'm pretty excited about that. Finding Stan Lee. There's a little story about Stan Lee.
Find Stan Lee's money.
Yeah, well, there's a story about Stan Lee. He's been popping up a lot recently, but
It's gonna die soon.
about his appearance.
Dude!
Or yeah,
Dude!
he's right though.
He's not wrong. It'll be a very sad day, but
Dude.
Joe is correct. He's going to go soon.
Listen. If
Everybody
Stan Lee-
dies.
If Stan Lee
And
dies
poops.
tonight while we're watching
Stan Lee's also
Solo,
gonna poop soon.
you're getting a satchel tap.
If he dies today, just put your nuts out.
Yeah. You're getting slapped. You probably like it, you freak.
But he's not. He doesn't make an appearance in Deadpool.
Really?
So
Huh.
he is on a mural like in Deadpool. Like he's on a poster or
Dude,
something.
spoilers.
Yeah, I know. What are we gonna do? And then he is also like he was in one of the promotional things, like in the phone booth.
Yeah.
You remember? So
Oh, yeah.
the director
yeah.
talks about it. He's like, I'm not sure exactly why it didn't happen. We got him out for the phone booth thing, and then it just never. I don't know if we fucked up or if he couldn't make it or I don't know why. I don't know why it didn't happen, but like
The
it was almost like
director-
an afterthought. Like fuck, we forgot. 'Cause
Oh.
I
It seems
think
like
They're already forgetting it.
I think it was. I think it was almost because they already got him to do
In the
that
phone booth,
promotional
yeah.
thing. That they,
You know what? I
it was
think
like-
that's good enough, though.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not mad at it.
Yeah.
Let the man rest.
Yeah.
Peace.
Little weed. Joe, the fuck, man? You know, I was going to apologize for that freak comment because I thought it came off a little harsh. I'm not going to apologize now.
Oh God.
Listen here, Thanos.
And then we have Peter for Hire. This is just the
Peter.
that they have the LinkedIn. That Peter from X Force has a LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a promotional.
Dude, it
thing.
was good. Have you watched it? Have you read it?
No,
Some videos?
no. I looked at
So,
it
like,
briefly. But I didn't watch
There's
it.
a funny part about like his wife. His wife is fucking banging, and she's with the personal trainer. But Peter's on the other side of the personal trainer. While the personal trainer's like hooked up on his wife, and it's like like taking care of your bees while your wife does 6.5 hours with a personal trainer. Oh, dude, it's so funny, man. So was he good in the movie, Peter?
I'm not saying anything.
God damn it!
Yeah, you need to see it.
So Back in Black, we had a little leak of Daredevil season 3.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm up for it. I think that like Daredevil. I think that Daredevil is something that works on Netflix. So
I actually want to see Luke Cage season 2.
I
Yeah.
do. I do.
hope
Too.
they.
I do too.
I'm hopeful that they learn their lesson with that superpowered stupid bullshit. And I think that the Bushmaster magic type of thing, I'm fine with that.
In the
trailer.
early
Yeah.
in the early 90s,
Mhm.
I was known as also the Bushmaster. But
Not
by
now.
the late 2000s, we had sorted that shit out for the most part.
So when you were 9,
No, early 90s.
yeah,
No, I was 13. I was 12, turning 13.
oh, that's a bit.
Yeah. The I think if I was 12 and I came across a well-groomed, like I think I would have been weirded out.
I don't want to tell the story. I'm not gonna tell on air, but I have a strange story for the first grown woman vagina I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You ever seen one close up? Not for me. So, but I don't know. It looked fine. It looked
Dude,
like,
nice Realm shirt.
Yeah, so the way I pick out my outfits is very meticulous. It's usually whatever jeans are clean in a pile that Laura hasn't put away,
It's on the top.
and then I reach in to my wardrobe for a color of shirt, and whatever it is what it happens to be. And today it's Realm of Collector's shirt.
Yeah, when Laura posted the pictures from your
Yeah, my
the
baby.
graduation, Laura's decked out in this nice dress, and Bobby's there, and Bobby doesn't smile at all. I was like, "Come on, dude!"
Dude, you should
smile for
see
the
my wedding
picture."
photos. This is the face he's doing.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm not.
he made me think of Robert D. Imitating you. It was like, "We got to get in this picture, then we're gonna go over here." It's like, get the picture done.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
Barack Obama
I
voice.
hate how we all end up looking like bumbling fucking idiots in pictures when everybody's like cracking a smile. Like, I just think I feel like when I look back at old pictures and everybody has like this like regular face, I'm like, dude, I want to know your story. And I'm hoping that my great grandkids are like, I want to know this guy's story.
No, but your face
And I wanna
is
know
jarring
why.
Who's this
compared to everybody
hateful
else's.
man?
I wanna
He's like,
know-
this guy's angry
I
all the
want,
time.
no, it was sunny. It was the sun was in my eyes.
Oh, the sun in your eyes.
I-
Oh God, the
I
sun.
I didn't want to take the picture
The
because I was
s-
like,
oh.
I was like, you want to take it right here? I'm going to be like,
Oh,
skinny. But look, I'm funny about pictures and where the sun is in
oh
relationship
my,
to the picture.
absolutely.
I mean, like it's what makes a
Yeah.
good picture, and I'm funny about framing too.
Oh.
I frame the shit out of a picture.
Ooh.
Anyway, what I did feel like an idiot about was like I get there and
Hey,
everybody.
your anger is starting to shake the TV a little bit.
No,
You
that's
need to
Joe.
relax.
That's Joe. There was this.
Moving around a lot as usual.
There was. It was my daughter's preschool
I
graduation
know, such bullshit, man.
at her Christian private school.
Even worse. They should know better.
So I showed up in a Realm of Collectors t-shirt and jeans and sneakers, and everybody's in suits and dresses.
Are you serious?
And I was
Why?
like,
Really?
wow. I think I'm underdressed. To my wife, and she was like, "Yeah, I knew you were going to be when you came down the steps. You didn't see that I had a dress on and make a decision about what you were going to wear." And I was like, "You could have had a fucking dress on because it was Tuesday, or you know what I mean?" Like,
That's true with
yeah,
her. That's fair.
yeah. So
fair.
and she actually conceded that was fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was definitely like, I stayed in the back anyway, and I didn't want to sit in the pews, because my bag is still hit or miss. But yeah, I definitely felt ridiculous. Oh well.
Crazy.
I wouldn't. I would have thought everything else was ridiculous.
Well, I think that they're ridiculous also. But
Dude, my wife.
I put it this way. I thought the whole entire ensemble was ridiculous.
Yes.
Myself included. Then we have the casting is no. This casting is no Mysterio.
Damn it.
You know what, man? I think I'm done with Spider-Man, and I
Really?
love Spider-Man.
No, I think Gyllenhaal will do a good job.
I mean, dude, yes, I'm sure he'll do a fantastic job, and I'm sure I'm going to eat crow because they're going to do a spin on Mysterio and make him fucking interesting. But it's just like, dude, you rebooted it, okay? We got away with a Michael Keaton Vulture, right? We made that happen, and it took fucking work. 'Cause remember, he was on again, off again. All right, so they did it right. That movie, I never bought it. I never watched it again. I don't think it's bad. I just don't care about it,
No,
right?
I love it.
So
Let me finish. I'm not done. And I'm not done with the fucking graduation for your goddamn preschool kid. I'm not done with that shit either. It's fucking stupid. You know what's wrong, America? That's what's fucking wrong. That's why these kids need you to wipe their ass when they take a shit and they're fucking grown fucking people. They're anyway.
It's
Back
the
to-
adults' fault, not the kids.
that's
I know it's
true.
adults for fault.
It's like
kids
our
should know
age
better.
groups people's fault.
Kids should know better too. Anyway, back to Mysterio. Like, I think I like the idea of what they were going to do in Mysterio for Spider-Man 4. That he was going to be Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
It was
I
going to
like
be a
that too.
joke. Within the first 5 minutes, he would be arrested
I like that
and then be done. That was a great idea. It was kind of campy, but it worked into the universe. I don't fucking care about Mysterio. I don't care about little holographic cubes and fake magic and whatnot.
I care about Mysterio in Old Man Logan.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. But that's even. But the thing about that doesn't even make. I'm not gonna be. I don't want to be pedantic about that. But like, Wolverine can smell people. You know what I mean? Like he would know. I don't know when Mysterio got that powerful. It's like a different Mysterio.
I think it was. Yeah, I mean, it could have been that he's gotten more powerful as the years have gone on.
Yeah.
And he can make you hallucinate the sense and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But I can also chalk it up in my mind to.
It's just a cool way
you're mad beyond thinking.
But you like the concept that they applied to Old Man Logan, that he killed everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. It could have been.
As long as Wolverine's
it could have
having
been
a
the
bad
Scarlet.
day,
It could have
I'm
been
generally
Scarlet
happy.
Witch. It could have been Scarlet
Yeah,
Witch.
yeah.
And you'd still love it.
Yeah. But it happened to be.
So
Mysterio.
it wasn't. Yeah. But like, dude, like we can Green Goblin it again. We can start with Green Goblin. We can Doc Ock it again. You know what I mean?
I think
We
they're
had a
gonna
good
try-
Doc Ock, though.
I agree with you, but I
We
think they're
can
going to try
lizard
to
it.
avoid Goblin specifically because it was not well received the last time.
Well,
I think
I
Doc
like
Ock would be.
or the last time.
yeah,
I remember Doc Ock. I haven't watched it again, but I remember that we had a good Doc Ock.
we did.
Yeah,
It was
Doc
good.
Ock.
So
is great.
I don't
If
need to
they're
do it
gonna
again.
Do the 6, Doc Ock really
Or
needs to do
Craven.
that.
Give us a
Yeah,
Craven.
Craven would be a
Craven
great
would-
movie, but Craven, the best way to do it would be to do The Last Hunt. That's his greatest story.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And
definitely.
that means he would die at the end.
And one of the few
Or
great Spider-Man stories.
Here's a shocker. Let's not shocker.
I was like, we did it.
Yeah, we did that one. Let's do fucking Venom. How about
Yeah.
them apples?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Fuck.
the obvious one to
That's
do, in my
a-
opinion.
That's
Yeah.
a company thing, though, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
that's a
Gyllenhaal,
contract
after seeing Nightcrawler, I think Gyllenhaal could do a really creepy villain. So I don't know. If
I mean,
Mysterio's a good
Gyllenhaal is
fit.
awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
he's a good
happy.
actor.
I'm happy that Gyllenhaal is doing it. I'm fine with that. But it's just like, I mean, come on, bro.
Well, this raises a discussion that I
Really
want to have
scrape.
with
How about
you guys.
how about a rhino? I'd rather a rhino
I don't
or
know.
another or Scorpion.
Scorpion,
know.
they've already set
We already
up.
set it up.
I like
Yeah.
Sub-Zero better.
Mysterio, I think, has a better backstory than Rhino.
Yeah, they've done it in a while.
Warrior.
What Marvel movies have replay value to you?
Marvel movie as in Disney proper or just in general?
I'll take either.
Somebody start because I don't rewatch movies much.
Have replay value.
Mhm.
Winter Soldier,
Agreed.
Avengers.
Agreed.
I like
And this
Thor
is-
2.
Yes, but this isn't a light question.
Yeah,
This is
I
replay value.
rewatched them. Yes,
Yeah,
Thor 2.
I
Thor
definitely
2.
agree.
Iron Man.
I disagree, but go ahead.
Actually, you know what? Funny enough, dude, I like watching Iron Man 2
I don't
replay.
either.
Iron
I
Man
don't know.
2 is my favorite of the three, and it's hated by a lot of
Yeah, but there's something good about the replay to it because it's not the best story, but there's really cool scenes that I like to
Yes.
watch over and over again.
Yeah.
Especially like the race car scene. I
Yes.
can watch that shit
Where
over
the
and over.
suitcase- He actually gets the suitcase out.
The
Yeah,
suitcase
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
great.
Does what the
So that
comics
yeah,
I also like Whiplash. He's
Yeah, Whiplash, they did the same
and
thing.
with
that
I want my
Fox did
bird.
with Toad.
I want my bird. Like I like that. I like that whole little lunch scene.
and his
Yeah,
suit
I
is
don't-
awesome. I like his
Yeah.
suit.
Yeah, I like his suit
Yeah,
too. I like
yeah.
his character design. I like Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
Mickey Rourke-
yeah.
Mickey Rourke
So
was perfect for that.
all right,
I'll get
Civil,
one stick
Civil
for that.
War,
Yeah.
Civil War for sure.
Yeah.
I don't have Black Panther yet, so I can't make a justification for Black Panther. But I kind of feel I want to watch it again, so I kind of feel like there's replay value there.
I did watch it again recently. I meant to say that.
Okay,
One thing I did get from it watching it a second time.
yeah,
I feel like in a lot of the discussions that happened about Black Panther, there was this kind of moral ambiguity about it. You know, like when people were talking, like, you know, what is really right and what is really wrong, and how
Yeah.
does T'Challa feel about
Yeah, yeah.
what's right and what's wrong by the end of it.
yeah.
Not the case. Like his moral compass is clear as fuck the entire movie. The only thing that he gives in on is sharing for the greater good. But like his idea and his concept of right and wrong, ultimate right and wrong, never really wavers.
Okay, I don't remember.
Which I didn't either. And but
I don't
watching
remember
it,
the conversation. The conversation.
you know, about like the whole, you know, is Killmonger right or wrong? Like the whole.
Oh yeah.
It's not.
Was Killmonger any better for you?
No,
Okay, good.
not performance wise. I mean,
Um,
his
Because people like him. I didn't watch the movie yet, but there are
Yes,
people that liked it.
Yeah,
Liked his
it-
portrayal.
dude, it's funny,
but
man.
you hate it.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think that
He was your one bad of the.
yes, but let me be. I've said this before. But let me be crystal clear about it. I think that Michael B. Jordan's. I think the character of Killmonger is cool and interesting. Michael B. Jordan's performance is like at an 80%, which is good. But when the rest of the cast is operating at 100%, it makes it look really bad.
Oh, that is a good point.
Yeah.
Relative.
Yeah.
Let me think. What else? Replay value. There's parts in Avengers 2. I'll say Infinity War for sure.
Avengers 2 is definitely for me as well, and Infinity War is one for me as well.
Guardians 2. I can watch that over and over again.
I like the first one better.
I can watch Guardians 1 as well.
I can watch Guardians 1 until the end. I can't bear it.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm taking that back off. I like Guardians 1. It's a good movie, but like I like to see them in their element. You know what I mean? It's like it's too much waiting to get to them in their element.
You know what else I've noticed? I only like Grown Man Groot.
Oh, okay.
Don't care about any of the other shit. Like I don't care about Baby Groot. I don't care about Teenage Groot. I like Old Man Groot.
Yeah, Groot Senior.
Yeah. But yeah, we are so far in agreement, which isn't really real, agreement on those 5 films.
All right. So let's do the ones I don't think have very, very good replay value. Iron Man 3.
Agreed.
Captain America.
Agreed.
The first one.
No, I like
The first. I like it.
It's
No,
not a
I
matter
know. I can
Yeah.
watch that.
I like for example, like Shawshank. Anytime it's on, I can watch it.
I can't.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But saying it's like for me, it's like the emotional investment I have to make into a movie like that. I got to be in the right mood.
Let's see what else.
Let's do Thor. Thor 1, no.
Yeah, I can. No.
Thor 3, actually, I can watch that.
Yeah, I haven't.
So style over substance. It's like
bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably do Thor 3.
So I'll put that down as 6.
Iron Man 1, few and far between, because it's the other thing too. It's like I'm so familiar with Iron Man where he's at now to go that far back to the origins. Is like, oh,
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh.
No replay value for me
I
whatsoever.
love that movie. I can watch it over and over again.
I can't bear it.
I can't make a judgment yet because I actually haven't seen it again.
Yeah, but I've seen it twice now. Twice. I think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
I think it's an 8 out of a 10 movie, easy, any day of the week. Don't ever want to see it again.
Yeah, Keaton really makes that movie for me.
I don't even disagree with that.
Yeah. What else?
So we did Captain America. Hulk, nope.
No, I can always watch that, but I'm a huge Hulk.
Which one?
The Incredible Hulk, the Edward Norton one.
Yeah.
I prefer Edward Norton's portrayal of Banner more than Ruffalo. But I just that movie, by the third act of that movie, it gets so CGI partied up that I'm just like,
it is, but I think they do Abomination a lot of justice in that.
I don't disagree.
I thought you said Obama Nation.
I love him keeping track on like of his heart rate and shit.
Yeah,
on his
because that's straight out of the comics.
I love
that's
that
one of
shit.
the reasons I love that because it's such a good interpretation.
I love that drop of blood like falling down.
Yeah,
I love a lot of scenes about that movie. It's, like I said, this isn't a conversation about liking because I think that overall I like all the Marvel films with the exception of Iron Man 3.
I like you a little close to that mic. That's what I like.
Yeah, it's sitting as a trick at the moment.
Oh,
but
not bad.
Let me try to go through the other ones. Black Panther. I don't really have like I love Black Panther in Civil War and I love Black Panther in Infinity War, but I don't need to see Black Panther again. Ant-Man, don't need to see it again.
Yeah, same.
Actually, Ant-Man is fun to watch over.
I don't
again.
care. I don't care about Ant-Man.
Yeah,
I just don't care.
I like it. It's just that one dude. The
Yellow Jacket.
No, the Hispanic cat.
Michael Pena.
Yeah. I love that guy. Man.
Yeah, he's good. I can't wait to see
He's
him
cool.
again.
Next Friday. See you next Friday.
I really that second Ant-Man trailer looks fucking good.
I'm really curious about all the stuff that's going to go on.
Yeah.
In the new one.
What else has come out? I don't know.
Everything's had a trilogy.
Oh, Doctor Strange. Don't need to see it again.
I can watch that over and over.
Yep, can't do it.
I enjoyed it the second time, but I don't know if it's got super replay value. You know what it is? I'm not too super huge on the origin stories. I want to come in like
Yeah, hit the ground running.
Yeah,
and as I'm
yeah.
looking at my list, I'm like, yep, I'm kind of the same way.
yeah,
You know,
and
all
with the
of
exception
mine
of
are
the
like twos and
Avengers,
threes,
the exception of
part
the Avengers, but like
Yeah, but
Avengers is pretty
Avengers
fast.
Is hitting the ground running.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
other
yeah.
films.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't really. It's not the same gig.
It's something different.
I think the only first one that I can watch. I don't know if there is one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. All right.
First Class and Days of Future Past.
So Days of Future Past, I can watch over and over. X2, I can watch over and over.
Yeah,
You don't,
X2,
you don't
I
like
think.
First Class?
And Deadpool, I can watch over and over. First Class gets more painful the more I watch it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it. I did watch it a lot before, but I haven't watched it in a while.
the
So
White
maybe.
Queen specifically,
Yeah,
And-
she's so bad in
and
that.
Kevin Bacon's poor
Dude.
portrayal of
Sebastian
A-
Shaw.
A German.
Sebastian Shaw.
Sebastian Shaw.
I like Kevin Bacon in that movie.
It's just
It's a menacing Kevin Bacon. It's awesome.
Yeah, he was a
You know what's wrong with that movie, Kevin Bacon? You didn't see his wang. If you saw his wang, it'd have been a great, it'd been a better performance.
like,
Dude, when he got that coin put through his head slowly, man, that
Yeah,
was
that was tight.
That was a
that
Yeah,
scene.
yeah,
that
yeah,
scene.
yeah.
is
No, now
fantastic.
Magneto was fucking perfect.
Oh,
yes.
That one scene when like Charles gets in his head and unlocks his power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some would say he unleashed your power.
Oh my god, it's one of the worst scenes ever.
How did you
God.
get from First Class and Days of Future
I don't
Past
know.
to fucking
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse? Jesus, fuck.
The
What a waste.
But it's like we talked before. Where
It's that rapist, that's
that
why.
Sebastian Shaw, but a poor Hellfire Club.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Sebastian Shaw's all over.
Was there any?
the place, man.
Who was their third? Oh, it was Nightcrawler's father.
Sazo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's goofy as shit too.
Yeah.
Is he bad?
Yeah, he doesn't hold up as well. Like Nightcrawler's
From X2 still holds up.
from X2 the opening
Yeah.
scene.
Oh yeah, that's
still
amazing.
works like a
It's because it's a
champ.
lot
Yeah.
of makeup on top of CG.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Yeah.
Azazel and
It was all CG.
was pretty much all CG.
Was
I
he?
mean,
I think
up,
there's a lot of makeup with
up
Azazel.
close it is,
Yes.
but from a distance,
But
all-
it's all about context. Like
I can watch Deadpool.
Yeah,
over and
I
over
agree.
First
I agree.
Deadpool,
Nightcrawler in X2 is like he's often in shadow. He's
Yeah,
often like,
yeah,
this mysterious creature. But like Azazel's like walking into the club, like having stirring a drink.
Yeah.
It's like his red tail's like flopping about. It's like, nope, I don't like the way this looks. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Decent enough.
He-Man.
Money talks. Bad news for Marvel fans as Comcast says it's ready to outbid Disney for 21st Century Fox at a 20. I think it's a 12 billion increase.
Wow. 12 billion?
I want to say. Let me double check this.
dude, if Disney doesn't get Fox, that's gonna be a major bummer.
So Comcast has now confirmed that it is in advanced stages of preparing an all-cash bid for the assets of 21st Century Fox, countering the 52.4 billion offered from Disney. Premium to the value. Their bid is said to be in the 60 billion range.
Wow.
I heard, and
Cash?
I heard somewhere else it was going to be a $12 billion difference. You know,
Cash?
I don't know, and like, and let me say this:
$100 billion.
I don't know if Fox News and Fox Sports is even part of that deal, right? Because there's been some go back and forth
Yeah,
about whether or
yeah.
not that's going to be included. And Fox News and Fox Sports are both obviously powerful entities.
So it might be a Comcast deal for everything, where Disney just wants the other pieces.
But here's my question: Let's leave Fox News and Fox Sports out of it. Let's say that that's not included, just for the sake of this discussion. I know that Fox has a lot of franchises and rights, and I get it. But the difference between Lucasfilm for 4 and Fox for 60,
Yeah.
does that? Would you bet on those numbers? Having not if this 10 years ago, if we had this conversation, if I said, "Look, I'm going to buy Disney and I'm going to buy Fox. What do you think I should offer for both? I mean, I'm going to buy Lucasfilm and Fox. What should I offer for both?" Do you think that you would have said 4 and 60?
I definitely would have thought they'd be different because, like, what?
I agree.
Yeah.
Different. I'm talking about a $56 billion difference.
Lucasfilm
Didn't really have anything.
They have Star Wars.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but they haven't
Fox
done
has
it-
a lot
yeah,
more.
They haven't really done anything with that here recently.
No,
You're
but
talking
they
about
are.
at the time. You're talking about 10 movies versus 10 movies a month.
Right. But a lot of the Fox stuff isn't franchise stuff.
I don't know.
What does Fox have?
Fox has some franchise.
They have a lot, right?
Alien,
Yeah.
Predator,
X-Files.
Simpsons.
Yeah.
You know, like that's money.
All the TV shows.
And a lot of stuff they
Yes.
own, they haven't done anything with that
Married
could
with-
be done with.
Married with Children.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
Yeah.
but I just don't. I don't think I would have predicted those numbers. I mean, I would have definitely put Fox above. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Family Guy.
But I don't know if I would have put those numbers. I don't know if the gap would have been that huge for me, especially leaving Fox News and Fox Sports out of it.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I hear you. I think with a little bit of education about the
That
breadth
I'm
of their
sure-
properties,
I'm
yeah.
sure it all makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not questioning whether or not it makes sense.
No, I'm not saying you are.
Yeah, I'm questioning the perception just from an
Yeah.
average person of what you would value something.
Gotcha.
You know, we do have. It's not a real note because there's no article related to it,
Okay.
but it's a note nonetheless. Quiet Seas. Still no Aquaman buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
waiting for a trailer for that. I mean, I want to see what.
Remember,
they're gonna
everybody was
do
like,
with
"Oh, the trailer's amazing."
There's even I think that there's even been Transformer buzz. I mean, Bumblebee has a movie coming out in the same month.
That was getting canceled.
No.
No.
But they
7 is
have
getting canceled.
they have canceled. They the rumor from Collider, I think, insider wise, is that 7 is officially canceled. They're planning 2 more Transformer films, but they're going to be tied into the Bumblebee movie, not into the greater Transformers franchise. But
Give me a Grimlock movie.
only if it's rebooted.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want.
What
I don't
about
want
what
that
about a Grimlock movie of them in space, no humans?
No.
All right.
I
give
just-
me a Megatron origin movie. That's rebooted.
Yeah, or Last Stand. Give me Last Stand. Like, give me a movie about the Transformers. Give me
Yeah.
a Transformer movie about Transformers, and I'll be happy. But yeah, I just think it's weird. We're not hearing anything
Yeah.
about Aquaman.
It's supposed to be
No-
December, man.
Yeah, no,
And we're starting to hear stuff about Shazam.
yeah.
And people
really?
are saying that
Filming.
Shazam looks better than Aquaman.
Wow.
Oh, really? I haven't even seen that. But
Yeah,
like,
dude, have you seen that picture of like Shazam drinking like the soda?
No.
So it's a picture of him like this. He's like, it's like sipping on the soda in the Shazam costume, and somebody photoshopped it in the background of Superman versus Batman. It's fucking great, man.
but yeah. So then we have some questions this week.
We do like questions.
Let me get the one directly from our Facebook.
I have a question.
Yeah.
For you.
Okay.
Did you see Freddie Mercury movie?
Oh
Actually,
man, we talked about
it
last week.
last week.
Yeah,
Looks great.
That I
Yeah.
want to see.
Yeah.
Did they? One of my gay friends was complaining that they're not going to talk about the AIDS in the movie.
What? Why wouldn't they?
I don't know.
that
I'm
just
not in
seems
the
silly.
know. I'm not in the know about this,
I
but
wonder
he
where-
would be.
Wait, what's the name of the movie?
It's called Bohemian,
Bohemian
Rhapsody.
Rhapsody.
See, so here's the thing: is the movie about Queen or is the movie about Freddie Mercury?
Yeah,
It's about
yeah,
Queen.
It's true.
So
Yeah.
in that regard, I can see why.
And it might just be the rise to popularity before
Yeah,
he
yeah.
got sick.
I'm wondering where they're going to cut the story.
Yeah,
right.
I think people care. About
So-
Freddie
Oh, definitely,
Mercury.
definitely. Yeah, I mean,
Definitely,
that
Yeah.
is, you know. So this is from Kevin. Kevin says, "Hey, NRR team, I wanted to see if I could circle the conversation back around to Star Wars: The Last Jedi."
Jesus Christ,
I
Kevin.
know,
We can't get away from it.
Kevin. You motherfucker. I know disagreements will likely remain unchanged on who and why it was or was not enjoyed. I admittedly strongly believe that Disney is moving the franchise in the wrong direction, and the tidal wave of salt is yet to hit them. To Adam's theory about Rotten Tomatoes, and to illustrate my point, check out the link. If you have already checked it out, then you don't care. Ramble on, my brothers. And I haven't checked out the link. Did
So
you check it out?
Click it real quick. I think I did check it out.
I mean, would tonight, or be the telltale sign? Like how well Solo does would have an indication of if it turned off.
I
people
don't think it's
from Solo?
fair
Yeah,
because
'cause-
because Solo's already had the historically low ticket sales for free.
Yeah,
like the fact that I've got a ticket right now,
The
5 hours
The
for the
buzz has
show.
never been there for Solo, even
Yeah.
when Solo was initially announced.
Oh, so the guy's not gonna come out and I need attention in a moment, real quick.
Oh, he
Probably.
might do that,
Probably.
but he does that with everything.
He talks about
Yeah.
don't leave seats open because it's a sold out show.
Yeah, fuck that.
But I mean, the buzz hasn't been there for Solo ever.
Are you? What did you hit the link?
It's a YouTube thing, so I'm not gonna
Just let the first like 2 seconds art play. Yes. Come on, Chewie.
It doesn't sound like.
fucking Hasbro.
Same as the video.
The truth about the Last Jedi box office.
Should we pause it?
How long is it?
13 minutes.
Jesus.
I should stop and save though.
So, Kevin, we actually talked about this. Adam had watched this video where it's not a video very similar.
Yeah, I think it was an
And-
article I read.
And
Maybe the guys copied
No, it was
the
a video
article.
because you
Was
told me
it?
you told me you were
Okay.
going to send me the link. And yeah, so
Articles have links too, Bobby.
it's back in our no to watch. But yeah, this guy. I mean, this. So like, I'm familiar with this guy's channel.
Well, first off, you should watch the video at another time. We're not gonna do it right now, but we did talk about it, and basically his points is that
they invested the $4 billion. The money generated from that investment could have been larger than
yes,
what the films and merch have generated, and
basically he's got to make $500 million a year. I think is what I recall clear, and this has only made 256 or something.
yeah, and I don't
know if the 56 is accurate, but it's
and
like
then
half.
and then we had discussion of like, well, then what would their fucking like if 3 of the films are like in the top 10 grossing movies of all time, like what could their their guesstimations
well,
have possibly
it's the
been?
same reason why Justice League had to make 700 million to be successful. Remember?
But I'm saying like if you have like people like it's like the same exact conversation, but like
Yeah.
if you had people in these positions that were calling the shots for these business plans,
Yeah.
like if they wanted these films to generate more money, they might be idiots because these films are in the top 10 grossing films of all time. So
they're spending too much money on them.
no, that like if you're like, well, if we can invest this $4 billion and generate X amount of dollars, but we
Yes.
could buy Star Wars and Star Wars is going to be successful.
Yes.
Well, how successful did you need it to be? You know what I mean?
so-
And is that a realistic?
So maybe they paid too much for.
Maybe it's
for-
just horseshit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Or maybe they paid
because-
too much.
And also, it's a long term game. You own Star Wars forever.
Right. I mean, but not only that, but it's just like so if all 3 were so far were financial failures, like so let's say
Yeah.
top 100 films of all time. I'd be
Okay.
like, oof. You know what I mean? But like most of them are like top 10. I think maybe Infinity War and Black Panther is now pushing to top 15.
Yeah.
Rogue One and what you call it? But prior to Black Panther, all 3 were in the top 10 films of all time.
Yeah.
So like
And
whatever their preconceived notions
but-
were, if they were higher than that, is that even realistic?
well, the other side of that, I'm not disagreeing with you. The other side of that is no film company's been bought for $4 billion just for a straight up that small of a. So they might have overpaid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, right. But I'm saying
Yes.
if they overpaid, how could they have possibly thought they were going to generate more money?
I don't know.
Do you know what I'm saying? That,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, well, then how did they get that job if they're so fucking stupid when they have 3
Hey,
movies that
stupid people get
when they have
jobs
3
all the
movies
time.
that perform phenomenally, and then be upset?
I
about
think you
them?
need to watch the video because he's not saying that all the Star Wars stuff is a failure. What he's like, because Episode 7 did it, like made what it needed to make.
Yeah, they made $4 billion in the first year.
Yeah. But what he's saying is they need to continue to make that money based off the interest. So I mean, just
No, I understand.
yeah.
It goes back to what I'm saying. If these movies are performing as well as they are,
Okay, I would just say I'm not disagreeing with you.
uh-huh,
I'm not trying to argue for this guy,
uh-huh.
but I'm saying like watch the whole video. Don't read the first line.
I don't
And
know
then
if I'm gonna. You remember
Okay.
how in the chat
Well,
you
let's
said
just move on then.
you weren't gonna waste your time
Fine.
with
Let's
that guy?
Let's move on. Yeah. Let's move
I
on.
feel like the same way about this guy.
Okay.
When he's like
Okay.
Lando, aka Dong Lover. You know what I mean?
What is that
We'll
about?
get to that in a second.
Oh, the pansexual bit.
yeah. Which have you seen it?
What?
Like, it's not what people are making it into.
Well,
Like-
somebody made a good comment. They said, "Who was in pants?" Oh, I think it was. I think it was him.
That's what everybody's going
Yeah,
back to.
yeah.
He's like. Have you watched the interview with him when he's talking?
No,
about
I
it?
know. I know. You said like, "Who wouldn't be pansexual in space?"
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
dude, you walk up on this blob and it's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, it's a pink blob.
That's you, Bobby. That's you being you.
Like, and then people are like, oh, now he's gay. Now he's gay.
Oh, man.
You know, that's what it
yeah,
turns
yeah,
into.
They're like
It's
taking it out of the context of the story.
exactly, and not even
What
that,
Donald
but-
Glover said would make sense for the character in that universe.
I
Yeah.
agree, and not
Yeah.
only that, but he's kind of saying it tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's not
exactly.
saying it like, yeah. When I sat down to approach the character, the first thing I thought was he'd probably fuck a guy. You know what I mean? Which is how people are making it seem. He's saying like, Lando, if he comes across some pink blob and the pink blob is looking fine to him, Lando might fuck that pink blob. You know? And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But anyway,
Dude, so protective of Lando.
No,
Dude, I agree with you, man.
Landa's like my.
I agree.
Landa's like
What do
my
you
least
What do you
favorite.
guys think of the rumor or the possibility of Glover coming in for Black Panther 2 as a villain?
Hey, man,
'Cause that's
bring me
been talked
more.
about now too.
Until I see Glover do something poorly,
Yeah,
I'm
because
all
I was
in.
like, oh, that'll be cool.
but I haven't. Let me say this: I'm not a huge fan of his music. I like Heartbeat. That comes up in Shattercast this week as well. But it's the only song by him I like. But I did buy it and support it. And
Okay. You like his stand up as well.
I like his stand-up.
I like his stand-up.
I think his stand up is fine,
Mm.
but I don't think it's bad.
Yeah.
I think that
He's multi-talented. Let's leave it at that and go on to the next question.
I think of his triple threat, acting is his strong suit.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, so we got a message from Laura Garcia, and I use the term lightly because that's it.
No subject.
No subject, no note.
That's how my grandma used to send me text messages.
Unless, dude, what if she wrote no subject in the subject, and that's the email?
That's deep.
Well, she'd have to.
She's
Let me
like
see.
the Deadpool of emails.
I mean, I wonder if you had to highlight something and like it's invisible, written in white letters.
You had to screenshot it. It's like that one cube
Yeah.
that only shows up under that one light. Okay, so we got a Paul C question.
So,
he's
Laura,
back.
if you accidentally sent us a blank screen by accident,
Yeah.
send us your question. We'll read it
I
next
mean, I've
week.
done that before when I mean to sound like an attachment. I just didn't fucking attach it.
Yeah.
So he said, Rob M posted a question to ETR.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh.
Rob M posted a question on ETR this week, and I thought it would be a good inspiration for my question for you guys this week. What is your favorite kind of scary movie? Slasher, torture porn, thriller,
Yes.
etc. Rob's question, what movie scared you the most as a child? And an
Oh, we've already
add-on,
done that.
if you have been brave enough to watch the movie as an adult, does it still scare you? Shout out to Rob M.
The gate. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
mine,
That's
is,
right.
mine is Exorcist, still scares the shit out of me. Mine is definitely...
That's a suspense type thriller.
It's two. It's like a psychological thriller
Yeah.
or some shit with some ghosts or demons and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
some,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah. Or
some
some
paranormal
aliens.
shit. I'm like, I don't mean the movie Paranormal Activity because that doesn't really do it for
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
But like the movies that have like
like
ghost,
The Ring.
yeah,
Dude, don't bullshit. No, The Grudge. We went and saw The Grudge.
The
and
Grudge was trash.
and was
Yeah,
it
I
The
think
Ring?
you liked The Grudge and I didn't, but we both liked The Ring.
Okay, but then we saw The Ring 2 in the theater.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it was
And
alright.
then
Yeah.
did you watch Rings, which just came out last year?
What is it?
Rings.
I
That's
don't know.
supposed
The
to be
Olympics?
the prequel.
No.
Oh.
it's
Oh,
a
did anybody see
sequel.
the Ring vs. Grudge? The
I have not.
Japanese one?
What?
Oh, it's a thing.
Yeah,
It's a legit thing.
Sadako versus
It's not what?
Sadako.
Oh, I thought you said it's a knockover.
No.
Or, and I thought you meant
Knockover.
that's how tired I am, dude. I need to go to bed.
Dude, knockovers are not okay either.
Yeah.
You know, there's a Transformers group called KO is okay or something like that. Like,
Really? Fuck them.
no, it's just like, you know.
I don't know them.
You
I
can
don't
use
know.
my
Just joking.
using my video to define your group.
That's funny.
Power unlimited.
God, the ego.
But I think that
Still
I
doing
think
it.
for me it's definitely like ghost stories that make my fucking skin crawl. Where I start you know, like looking at my shit in the
How about
closet.
the
like, did
original
that shirt just move?
How about the original Blair Witch?
You know, it didn't do it for me.
Really?
I was
Didn't do it for
definitely
me
caught
either.
up in the hype of the rollout. Like I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I saw it
You know,
opening weekend, and
yeah.
I remember walking out of the theater the first time. I was like, it was
Yeah.
not worth my time. I was kind of pissed.
In Dreams gave me the spooks.
In Dreams was good.
What
Robert Downey
about
Jr.'s in that?
when Stir of Echoes first came out? I like
Yeah,
that's a good
spooky
movie.
one.
Echoes
Yeah.
was
That's a
really good
That's a spooky
badass.
one.
that whole
Yeah.
movement
That,
that,
like cut
yeah.
clip movement.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really good.
I think the two best I've seen in the past few years were the first two Insidious films because they were back.
They were good. That
Insidious?
fucking
Yeah.
critter.
I never saw after that, but the
Yeah.
Insidious films
That-
was great
yeah.
psychology and great story.
That Darth Maul face is no joke.
that
That face threw me out of it.
Dude, that one movie about the
didn't like-
mom who got possessed.
Huh?
Oh, fuck, what was it called? It might have been just like the possession or something. That mom, like God,
The Exorcism of Emily Rose fucked with me.
that was a good one. So it's not the haunted house on Haunted Hill or the Haunting. Remember that movie, The Haunting, that came out with like
yeah, there was
Zeta
the-
Jones and Luke
Catherine
Wilson
Zeta-Jones.
was in it.
Oh,
But the female that was in it that survived, she was in another movie where she was the mom, and like there was like this tree in the backyard that something was hanging from, and like
Yeah.
the ghost.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was
What was
that
that?
was spooky. I know what you're talking about. It was like from
The clapping. Yeah.
Oh,
man.
That you know what other movie gives me the spooks, man?
What's that?
It's The Others.
Oh, that was good too with Nicole Kidman.
Dude, that shit at the end when you realize like
It's like Sixth Sense. Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh God,
That was good.
you know, like they're being haunted.
your daughter.
They're being haunted by the real people. Like that's the fucking like.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Yeah. So what about you, Phil?
Basically, I go for more psychological rather than I
What-
do
what-
like good slasher films, but
What would you give an example of like a modern movie that you find the psychological that gives you the creeps and the scariest movie from your childhood as well?
Jeez. Scariest movie from my childhood might have been The Shining, which I love now.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
You've
Dude,
never seen
Yeah,
The Shining?
Never seen it.
You have to see it to see the fucking Room 808 or whatever.
1408.
Yeah.
I can watch that documentary like people watch sports. Like I can just have it on in the background. It's like the most fucking interesting thing in the world to me. Like it's a documentary based solely on like all the layers of shit that Kubrick put in that fucking movie.
Yeah.
And like, dude, it's like one of those things.
He's just a
where-
madman.
dude, like unbelievable. Like it's one of those things where like the amount of liquid in this fucking vitamin water has like 10 layers of meaning, or like the little chip crumb that's there, and like you know, like everything is so meticulously placed. It's a fascinating documentary.
And then the other one that the original Alien, I saw the chest bursting scene when I was a kid because I was flipping through cable. And I was like, holy shit, that's freaked the fuck out of me. And now I love the franchise.
Yeah.
And it really turned me on. As a teenager, I grew to love it.
So the scariest movie when I was a kid is 2. I've talked about The Gate that I bit was scary.
Yeah. I
Yes.
remember
But
that.
Fire in the Sky,
Oh, Fire in the Sky,
that-
I never saw as a kid.
that fucked me up.
If I had, I would have been freaked. I
Yeah,
saw
that
it
whole
as an
like
adult.
this, that,
Yeah, that was
like
good.
oh god, Joseph.
I watched Hellraiser as a kid. That fucked me up.
Yeah, I liked
I
Hellraiser.
love
Cause
the
in-
first 2 Hellraisers are awesome.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
because in Asialand, they don't really care about what kids watch.
I love how he
Yeah.
calls it Asian.
Just
Yeah, there's no filter.
There's no filter. There are rating systems and no one gives a fuck. So I watched Hellraiser as like a fucking young child.
Yeah, I never saw it when I
That
was a
fucked
kid.
me
I
up.
saw it when I was a
That might
teenager.
be a lot of reasons why.
That's why Joe's into what he's into now.
Pain and pleasure is like really confusing to me.
Look,
I like Sinister. Sinister was it the first one?
No, it's Laura.
I never
Hey,
saw it.
Laura.
It's like who the hell was that?
How was work?
Fine.
Sound like maybe one fine.
Yeah. it was
Um,
fine. I
the-
come home and all these fucking people are in here. You can smell Adam's overalls from over here.
Speaking of which, there's a guy who I mop with from time to time, and he's like this old dude, like he's getting ready to retire, probably from mopping any day now. Old, cool as shit, cigar smoking black dude, super chill. We call him the Fonz, as a matter of fact. Sometimes like that fucking cool, and sometimes when we're leaving, like if we have a contract job and we have to raise the garage door to get out, when you hit the button, the intercom also comes on, and like it's just like some old wiring. It's just like the signals get mixed up or whatever. Like it's you know. But he did it once, and he was like, "Huh?" He did it again, and he doesn't usually mop with us. And he turned around and was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "It's just old wiring." And he was like, "Oh, thought y'all had some ghoulish shit going on up in here." He's fucking the best. So then we have the one bit of Star Wars news, which is this. I think it's the one bit of Star Wars news. Let me make sure of that. Which is this pansexual epidemic sweeping the nation. And I'm gonna play it because I think
So this is a comment he made out of nowhere as a joke.
I think the director said it also in some interview. Like, to me, he's
Oh.
pansexual.
Okay.
And then they asked him.
So Ron Howard made this statement.
Yeah. And then they asked him, but this is
one of the screenwriters earlier. He recently said that Lando is pansexual, as you may have seen. Were you
the
aware
writer.
of this
The
when
writer.
you were filming?
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
I didn't know he said that.
How can you not be pansexual in space? There's so many things. There's so many things to have sex with. I'm serious. Like, I didn't think that was that weird. He's like, coming on to everybody. I mean, yeah, whatever. he's like kind of like a 70s swing. Yeah, it just didn't seem that weird to me because I feel like if you're in space, it's kind of like the door's open. Like it's not, it's like no, only guys or girls. Like it's like no, it's anything. This thing is literally a blob. So you're like, are you a man or a woman? Like, who cares? We're having a good time out here.
Makes perfect sense to me.
You know, and like I mean, like it's just like the, I mean, like, and I get it. Like the hate is palpable, but like people like Donald Glover, more like Dong Lover. Am I right? And I'm like, dude,
get over yourself.
No, time out. If you made that joke, you'd be awful proud of it.
No, but they're not saying it jokingly. Like they're not saying it like
yeah, they're being hateful.
Yeah.
No, actually, one of the guys, it's funny. One of the guys who I'm not really that cool with. He's about to get that. He posted that. It's like, why is this important? Somebody tell me. I'm like, dude, who fuck cares, bro? Stop being a fucking stereotype.
It's like it's not like it's like they're. It's like the people that would be like adamantly against something like that, right?
Yeah.
Are making it more legitimate than it actually is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
like, if you
and they're trying to give it more legs than the head.
Yeah.
I had a very good conversation with a pansexual individual not 2 weeks ago.
I don't know if I've ever met a pansexual.
Well, so it's this guy that we went to.
You fucked the couch cushion.
That makes you a pansexual. You
Right?
You might be pansexual.
And a puppet.
You might be pansexual.
A hand puppet.
Like people have sex with
on the inside.
people have sex with sex dolls and
we were working with this guy for a week, and we all assumed that he was gay.
Mm.
Like, not that he was trying to hide anything. You know what I mean? And so finally, one of the girls was like, "Well, do you have a partner?" And one of somebody else who was from Asian land, they're like, "Well, are you gay?" Like, because they want to know, like, you know, ask. He's like, actually, I'm pansexual. I was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, he's like, "What?" I was like, "I don't believe that shit. That's just a fancy way of saying you're bisexual, motherfucker."
Yeah, except you're like,
and he was like,
"Fuck the donkey."
No, and he started laughing, and he's like, "No," he's like, I get it, man. You like trans as well or whatever. You don't really care. You just love beauty, right? He's like, yeah. So, you know, we got to talking. I mean, like, his last 3 partners were all guys. But like, he's like, but if that chick's ass is fat enough, might go there too. Very cool dude. But it was actually interesting conversation of how, like, there is like this kind of fluidity in that generation. He's a younger guy, and it was kind of fascinating. Like, oh, okay, I actually believe you that you are unlocked from the chains that have defined your mold is much more flexible than the mold that cast me.
Right.
You know.
Well, I have some of my best friends are lesbians, as you know, and I have a friend of mine who is a lesbian, and she's married now to another woman, and they're happy and all that. But before that, we've known each other for years. She said to me, she was like, "Look," I was asking her questions, and she was like, "Look, it's not black and white to me. It's not, you know, like it's not like, you know, you're gay or you're straight. It's that." Their sexuality is a scale.
It's a spectrum, yeah, absolutely.
And you can be a 0 and you can be a 10, but I'm not sure I've ever met either one.
Yeah.
And if 10 is gay and 0 is straight, I'm somewhere in the 7. and she had a girlfriend, you know, and she's been in a number of committed relationships with women. She enjoys the emotional depth that she can find with a woman, etc. And she was like, but usually in between my breakups, I end up getting into bed with a dude.
Yeah.
You know, and she's like, and then I'm very satisfied that way. But then when I want to get back into a relationship, I'm usually seeking women.
Yeah.
And like that did not to say that I'm some dinosaur that's like, what are you talking about? Girls and girls. Like I'm not, but I would say that that was an eye-opening conversation.
Yeah. Expanded your horizons.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, all these people who are like super into being straight or like don't understand pansexualness, but would fantasize about fantasy things like mermaids and alien chicks, Twi'leks. Right. If you'd fuck that, that's not a human female.
Right. And also, it's like,
but it is. She's got a lot of makeup on.
Deadpool is pansexual, and nobody was like, Ryan Reynolds, more like guys to fiddle. Am I right?
See?
There you go. There you go.
Like,
I knew it was in you.
Nobody approached it that way.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Well, do you think this is Star Wars hate?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I also think that there is this.
But
I don't. Let me
okay.
let me curb it. It's not Star Wars hate, but I do think there is this passionate push
Yeah.
by a select element of that fandom that wants to make every single decision in SJW or anti-SJW
Well,
decision.
The problem too is, and I don't care, right? But just to play the devil's advocate, Star Wars has never been very sexual.
Yeah, and I doubt it's ever brought up.
Yeah, and so why even make it a thing? Why even suggest it?
I think that
Like the writer had to. The writer is kind of forcing a narrative that is unnecessary to Star Wars. Not that I like, not that I care, but there is a valid argument that says, hey, listen, let's just keep our Star Wars Star Wars. Not everything's got to be about dicks and pussies. You know what I mean? And that's I think that's reasonable.
But I think that's probably not in the film at all. And I'll know in a couple hours.
Yeah,
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
but-
if a guy like, and I don't have the director's interview.
yeah,
But if the director said it in like a funny way too, where it's like,
or the
like,
writer.
I mean, you could say that. I mean, I'm sorry, the writer.
Yeah.
What I meant to say the and kind of background director for Chris Miller and Lord.
Yeah,
Because that was one of the things that pissed them off. But the you could say that it's in Star Trek. You know what I mean? Like Kirk banging alien chicks. You can say
Yeah.
that's right there.
yeah.
But I feel like if you were to say, well, Kirk is now a pansexual, but why are you bringing it in? You're bringing it into Star Trek. It was childish love. Bro, it's all about the pants now. You know, and I'm like, I feel like that's how they get it. And it's like,
Yeah.
I think you are making it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know?
Well, actually, not for nothing. Star Trek did have a pansexual episode where Riker
The
was.
Star Trek movie has a pansexual moment. I mean,
Yeah, no, well, Riker. I mean, specifically, Riker fell in love with it's a race that is genderless.
Guardians does it.
So it was ambiguous. It was an ambiguous female, but some still, liked men and identified as men, and some still identified as women. This would happen to identify as a woman.
I think
I don't know how the plumbing worked out with
But I
this.
mean, I
They left
think-
that part out.
I mean,
but
it's in
there
Guardians
was
as well.
yeah. In this one, there's also a re-education. So they took her away and reprogrammed her, so she was like out of it. It was very fucking.
But I think what Lando
racy.
was saying is like, I think what Donald Glover is saying
Yeah.
is like when he goes up to like some space creature,
Yeah.
he doesn't say, "Are you male or female?"
Oh no, I
He's
get
just
it.
kinda like,
No, he explained it
"You
perfectly.
got something to fuck on you."
He explained it perfectly. I get that.
Yeah. I guess we're about ready to wrap it up. Any well, let me ask you this.
Predictions?
Not predictions, because I think we all know what this movie's going to be. I think that's part of the problem with this movie is
I-
that we all know what it's going to be. We all know,
What do you think it's going to be?
Han is going to obtain the Falcon.
Yeah.
Han is going to save Chewie's life.
Mhm.
Han is going to run the Kessel Run.
Yeah.
And I personally think that Han is going to go from an optimistic person to a pessimistic person or a cynical person.
Yeah, I can see that.
And that's kind of what I think this movie is in
Okay.
a nutshell.
Yeah.
And I think that most people think that. So I think that that's part of the problem with the lack of excitement for this movie. I do think that had they gone in a direction where it was like, almost like a backstory to Han and Boba Fett or something, that it probably would have spurred more
Yeah.
excitement.
Yeah.
But, I'm not sure if that makes the universe bigger or smaller.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. You know what I want?
Hmm.
I want some Chewie.
Yeah.
I want some.
I'm
Because you
always
know
for
why?
Chewie.
Let me tell you why I want some Chewie.
Tell me.
I was really happy with Chewie in episode 7.
Mhm.
I feel like I got a little bit of Chewie.
Mhm.
And then I didn't really feel like I got much Chewie in episode 8. I got.
I agree. No, I agree. And I was happy with Chewie too until fucking Gary ruined Chewie for me. in
Why?
7.
Why?
One of the rants he did for us about
What'd he say?
how Chewie's reaction to Han getting stabbed is bullshit.
Yeah.
The scream and shooting motherfuckers?
Yeah.
It's
He's like,
awesome.
No, there wasn't
No.
enough. He should have been
This
ripping them apart.
This is your Tarzan moment.
Yeah.
This is body over the railing, grabbing people, ripping arms off, ripping heads off, devouring everything in
not
front
an-
of you
he's
like
not
a
an-
fucking animal.
He's not an animal.
But this is. I, mean,
I don't
Scary,
agree with
right?
that.
But
I
don't-
can't help
no.
but say that now, whenever I watch
Ow!
7, I'm always like, is it enough?
But it's like
But it's like so much
it's
stuff
the
for me.
meme also. Like Han is probably Chewie's third dog.
Get out.
Because they live so much longer, you know.
He's his third human companion. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
But I
like Han is Smeagol to Chewie.
but I think that I personally think that their relationship is unique.
Yeah,
You know,
we'll
like,
see.
Yeah.
Now, like, all right. So, what are the big pitfall? Like, what can't you unforgive in this?
I don't know. Like,
Mine is if the light debt thing, or like Han saving Chewie, or like how they bond is weak as fuck.
yeah, I need.
I got to get a little like in my throat,
Yeah, I need it to
so to
matter.
speak.
Gotta be,
Like a little,
it's gotta have real impact.
like the tears are starting like you like
I think
a lump in your throat. I need a little bit of that.
I
I need some brotherhood.
I'll tell you what my concerns are.
Okay.
My concerns are the villain,
Okay.
because I feel like a lot of the imagery of the villain is that guy in the sand, like that guy with the wicked mask and like the.
Yeah. Is that him?
I don't think it's him.
No, I think
it's the guy with the scars.
Yeah. It's definitely the guy. It's Vision.
Yeah, it's Paul Bettany.
But he's not being used promotionally a lot. So
No,
my
he's not.
concern is whether or not he's a weak villain.
Oh, he'll
So
be all right.
him, and then I am concerned at I want this movie to be light. Like I want it to be a fun movie. I want
Okay.
it to be like,
Oh, I wanted it to be like long and dragging.
but no, that's not what I mean. Like
I wanted
serious
I
and
wanted
heavy?
I wanted a thinker.
Infinity War is not fun.
A
to me.
thinker. Okay.
You know what I mean?
It was fun when all those people died at the end.
Stop it, Joe. I don't.
Joe, you need to get some help, man.
And I don't want it to feel like Infinity War. Do you know what I mean? I want it to feel like a fun, lighthearted movie. But I don't need the jokes every 5 minutes.
You don't
Okay,
know the
fair
Deadpool.
enough.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can tie it up here. And guys, stand by. There's about 25 minutes of a special Deadpool review with your very own Marilyn Phil
That's right.
and Bobby
Yeah.
Scuffas.
That's
So,
right.
guys, we're going to go make the Falcon great again
With the tip.
without, and hopefully, so Bobby doesn't like an extra tip on anything. So he can't wait
That's
for
not
that
true.
tip. He can't wait.
Joe's got some an inside track on what Bobby likes.
Little doc in there? Little doc in Bobby?
talking about Bailey J.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about. And with that, great tits.
Flappy labius.
Velvety vagina.
Tight dick player. All right, and now we're cutting this in because fuck me. What mic are you? You're 2, so I'm gonna mute that. We're cutting this in so that you guys can have a little bit of a Deadpool discussion because, as you know, Adam and Joe have not seen it. So, without spoiling them, Marilyn, Phil, and I can spoil you. So, if you don't want spoilers, back out now. 99, 98. So, Phil, you didn't see it with me.
No.
So, what do you give it out of 10?
I gave it either a 6.5 or a 7. I'm kind of on the fence. I'll probably see it again at some point.
Okay.
And for me, compared to the first one I would say is an 8.
Okay. So I would say that the first one is an 8 as well.
Yeah.
6.5 I think is very generous for this movie. But where does it lose points for you? Actually, no. Let's start with the good.
Okay.
Where does it get points for you?
It keeps up the same humor. I really loved how the guest appearances they did, and they flipped the script on what they did with the team, because that was not foreshadowed in the preview at all, which was good. That was good, and the post credit scenes were completely crazy, but made sense for his character.
Agreed.
And I think they were a good way to end it.
Yeah, they were fun.
I also really love the fact that they legitimately did a Juggernaut. Even though the CG was wonky,
Look, I agree they did do a Juggernaut.
but he didn't look perfect for me. Like the fact that they did him and had him fight Colossus, I have to give him credit for, because you're only really going to see that in the comics.
The wires up the ass, not okay. Phil.
Yeah, that I didn't really like, and the fact that they didn't give him his legitimate outfit. They kept him in prison togs, which made him look like Bulldozer from the Wrecking Crew rather than Juggernaut.
I agree. He definitely looked more like Bulldozer.
Yeah, because I was like, oh come on, they need to shed the prison garb, and then he'll look more like Juggernaut.
I
But
agree.
He had the helmet, and he had the size that he needed.
Yes,
and he had the attitude he needed.
Proportionately. He had a little bit of monkey arms going on, but proportionately, I liked him far more in this than the fucking Bullet Tooth Tony version.
And I like Bullet Tooth Tony as an actor, but he was not appropriate for that role.
Yeah.
And they actually acknowledged that he had ties to Xavier with his script. So
I do sometimes I do get this feeling with that end credit scene, which I think is good and funny and witty and all that kind of stuff. But at a certain point, it is like it does like the constant Green Lantern and Wolverine origins. Like you signed up for that. You went on promotional runs for that and told us it was great.
Yeah.
So it comes across very hypocritical to me and very Hollywood to me to be
it does.
this if they were beloved, I don't think he would have shot himself for taking
definitely not.
So
it's all because they were not well received that he's okay with.
It comes across sometimes to me like he's picking on the retard.
Yeah, I can see Ryan Reynolds having been like a classic bully.
Yeah.
Even if he had never been in Hollywood.
And that's not to say that it turns me off, like completely, because I still enjoyed that scene, and I think that scene is smart and funny and all that kind of stuff. But I it's just something I want to talk about, sort of, and this underlying thing underneath it where I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like, nobody twisted your arm to take those fucking millions of dollars.
Yeah,
they certainly
definitely got paid for those movies. And he got paid well,
and went on promotional rollouts for those fucking movies and everything else. So, I don't know. There's something hypocritical about that bothers me on a personal level, but it doesn't take away from my enjoyment of it on screen, like objectively. I liked how they were able to show him in an X-Force suit. Like kind of by default, like that was clever, and it was a smart way to do it. I liked Juggernaut generally. Yeah. I think that the CGI is off most of the film in general. You could see their
budget limit by the end of the movie.
All of the CGI was spent on his eyes, in his movements, because he looks flawless most of the time.
Yeah,
and I would even say that Cable looks pretty flawless.
He was
most
definitely
of the time.
the second one that was paid attention to.
But I think,
and the slowdown scenes for Zazie doing the domino bit, they did a really good job with.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, you could see flaws in it.
That car action sequence is really bad. Like when the one goes into the gas station and it blows up, like that looks terrible.
They purposely sped that up, that one sequence, and then they went back to the different camera cut.
It looks bad.
It was like, we're going to throw this in there, and then just we have to make it do something.
I agree.
The other thing I really liked is when they did the inhibition collar, it automatically showed him getting the cancer back, which I appreciated. I thought that was it was
cool.
well done.
That's cool. Now let's talk about the problems. The whole copycat thing kind of becomes useless.
Mm-hmm.
And the first 10 to 15 minutes of the film is dedicated to wrapping that up.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really have... They make it have weight because he keeps dying and she keeps going, not ready, not yet, not etc. So they kind of make it...
It feels forced, though.
I agree.
Yeah.
And you spend 15 minutes of the first act on a story aspect that means nothing to the movie that you're getting ready to watch.
Yeah. It means they should have had that as like a post credit scene at the end of the last movie.
I agree. the movie itself lacks like the relationship between Deadpool and Cable. It's not there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's one of my major problems. I went into this movie wanting to like it more than the first one because I like Cable more than I like Deadpool anyway. I'm not a huge X-Men fan, but I'm hoping, they're going to do Cable. It's Josh Brolin. I know he's a good actor. He looks the part in the trailers. So give me the character.
I'm glad to hear you say that, because when I gave my spoiler-free review on my channel, I got people saying like, "Dude, do you even read the comics?" And I want to be like, "Dude, do you?"
Like, I can give you the whole scenario. I don't know much about all the X-Men stuff, but I know Cable's origin. I know his character.
Yeah, and I know their relationship, that they become like best friends.
Yeah, over time.
Yeah, and I mean, their relationship ends up being like kind of like Mel Gibson and Danny Glover.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this movie doesn't have that at all. And then the death sequence with Deadpool at the end doesn't feel earned, and like all the sad feelings.
Yeah.
Cable sacrificing his chance to like it just I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I like Cable in this movie is very like paint by numbers, like you know, and then all of a sudden he has this huge character arc because of this 10-minute monologue that goes on for probably 7 minutes too much.
Yeah.
Like, so that was a big turnoff to me. Cable doesn't feel like Cable to me at all. It feels like Josh Brolin in cosplay to me. Domino.
I was more okay with her, but they've changed her character significantly.
Agreed. Now, I'm okay with her being a little bit more lighthearted.
Yeah,
because
I think it fits in the world, and I think it
100%.
And I think it fits for if that character really did exist. What would she be like? She wouldn't really care about anything.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
It makes kind of more sense in the comic, but I kind of wanted to see a little bit of a darker aspect.
But I would like to see a little bit of the darkness in her somewhere, and a little bit of callousness. Like, you know, I don't get that from her at all. I don't like the look of her. And look, this isn't. I was talking to somebody about it, and they were like, "Is it a black-white thing?" And I was like, "No,
I actually don't mind the hair, but I would have liked more face paint or something."
I don't like the hair, but I said it's not a black-white thing; it's a black-white thing.
I would have liked to see some more face paint or some more discoloration and something,
Yes,
some more makeup or something.
I want her to be black and white.
Yeah.
It can be played by an African American.
Yeah.
It could be played by an Egyptian, by an Indian, by a Yugoslavian. I don't give a fuck.
But that's like the hallmark of her character look in the
It's-
comics, and they didn't
it's-
take it at all.
It's Batman's ears.
Yeah. They took one patch over the one eye, and that was it.
Right, where she's got the Michael Jackson swag.
Yeah.
You know, and I just... So it's not like it's one thing or the other, but you changed who the character is. You changed how she treats important situations in her struggles in her life, and then you change how she looks. Like, so what is left that is her?
Basically nothing.
Yeah. So that's an issue for me.
At least with Cable, they got the look right, but his character was completely different.
What I wanted from it was a lot of laughs, and some character heart, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the character heart except in Deadpool, who's pretty well represented.
Yeah.
But the thing that I needed from Deadpool was the laughs, and they served me 70% of the same exact jokes they gave me in the previous film. Like, and don't get me wrong, the jokes that were new made me laugh.
Yeah.
Like
my favorite, because I'm a huge Hulk fan,
Mhm.
when he was on top of Juggernaut and he's trying to pry the helmet off, he's like, what was it? He does the Black Widow line from Avengers. That one really hit for me.
Yeah.
I was like, that was perfect.
But I like that one, and I like when he calls Durpander Brown Panther.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, the movie is riddled with Marvel character references.
Yeah,
where, like,
definitely.
it is by, like, the time you get to the, sun's getting real low, I'm like, no, okay, another one. Like,
But the other ones I expected. That one I didn't expect.
Sure.
So that was more of a surprise for me.
I just feel like, because like he didn't get his arm chopped off or his hand chopped off, he got his legs chopped off.
Yeah.
Like, he made a Liefeld joke here, he makes a Liefeld joke there.
Yeah.
He makes it like, and it's just like, dude, give me something different. Like, it just starts to feel, there's a lot of this movie, like, I think Durpander's in it way too much. I think Weasel is in it way too much. I don't think they serve any real plot goal to the film.
Weasel actually had 10 minutes cut out because of the actor.
Good. Oh, because of the
Yeah, they only kept him in when they had to for group scenes.
And I think that the old blind lady is in it too much. Like, she's.
I didn't mind her as much.
I didn't mind her as much either, because she's not in it as much,
yeah.
but she's still somehow in it too much. And I think that so you have all this time spent on characters that don't really serve the core story of this, which is this kid and Cable and then Deadpool's relationship to the two. I don't know. I there's a lot of this movie that I found to be kind of similar to Boondock Saints 2, like in the sense where the second one seems like a parody of the first.
Yeah.
You know, and I the first one was done in a way that was like, it was fun. It's kind of a satire on comic book films at the same time as being a comic book film.
First one was definitely like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, and then
to duplicate that is always going to be difficult.
This one feels very strange to me. Like it feels like I often said with Boondock Saints 2, the best way I can describe Boondock Saints 2 is if Top Gun came out and then Hot Shots was the sequel.
It's an interesting analogy.
You know, and that's how I feel about this movie. I just don't think it has what it takes at the end of the day. Like and the story itself isn't tight. Like the story in the first one is pretty tight.
Yeah,
it's actually surprisingly tight. It's perhaps even uncharacteristically tight for the character.
It's because the budget constraints, likely.
Yeah, but it's also because it's a classic origin story, you know. And so he falls in love with the girl. He has this terrible thing happen. He seeks vengeance for that terrible thing and tries to get the girl back. Like, it's classic, right?
Yeah.
And then in this one, he's trying to get to his girl and also trying to move forward. And he's trying to save this kid, but he also doesn't care about kids. And he's trying to form X-Force, but then and then Cable is trying to kill this kid to save his situation, but none of those story lines are tight. They're all like, I'm trying to think about something like when you, like a spool of thread, right? And you pull the thread, your kid gets a hold of it or something and pulls it out, and then you're like, fuck, and you got to wrap it back up. And it's never
going to be as tight as it was in the package. Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
The other thing I really wanted to see from this was some version of Sinister, because this is now the second time they reference Nathaniel Essex.
Yep.
And I was like, come on. And he is the reason Cable exists.
Agreed.
And they didn't do it. I was like, now, come on. That's the second time I've been.
The problem with Cable is that to accurately tell his story,
it's long and convoluted.
A lot of moving pieces. Yes. Like, there's Jean Grey. There's, whatever name was. That's let's call her Green Jay.
Yeah. It's
like
Madeline Pryor.
Madeline Pryor.
That's Cable's mother.
Correct. So. That's Cable's mother.
And
Scott
I really wish
they
would have talked about what the legacy virus is and explain what that is, but instead they didn't. They didn't even acknowledge it, and they didn't even give him powers. I was like, come on!
And his powers in the cyber virus or whatever, the apocalypse shit, that they're intertwined. Like, you know what I mean? Much. So like, if you explain one, you kind of get a bonus gift of being able to explain the other, because he can't use all of his powers all the time because he's constantly keeping this virus in check.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's fucking interesting.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if Cable was the right choice. Like, I think that Cable might make a movie that I think is generally aimed towards simpletons a little too complicated. And let me say that to say this, I thoroughly enjoyed the first one because I too am a bit of a simpleton at times. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, it was like putting homemade tortellini from Little Italy in ragu.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
I really wish this would have come out before Infinity War, because Brolin was so good as Thanos in Infinity War.
And I don't think he's bad necessarily as Cable. I think it's a writing thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
But I saw like the expanse of what he could do.
With
basically having a digital face.
And
you come to this when it's his legit face, and there's digital effects on him. But this is when, and they didn't give him what he should have been given as an actor.
Agreed.
And it was like, such a letdown after seeing him as Thanos. I was like, man, this is sad.
so like, I think that is, at the end of the day, the few saving graces that it has for me. Like I enjoy the dispatching of X-Force sequence.
Yeah,
you know,
that was
like,
good.
Like
the Brad Pitt thing in there was
yeah
hilarious. The Matt Damon thing in there was hilarious.
Yeah, like I enjoyed all of that, but I didn't. It's like the few highlights that I really enjoyed. Can't
balance out
it
the
can't
bad. Okay.
You know, like and I think when it was the electrical wires up the ass, I think that's when I was like, fuck you.
He checked out.
Yeah. Like this movie definitely isn't for me anymore because this sequence does nothing for either character. Like it's not Colossus's style and it's not Juggernaut style. It's just a dick joke.
Yeah.
You know, and like I'm okay if Deadpool's telling the dick jokes because Deadpool tells dick jokes.
Yeah.
But now you're telling me that you're just making a movie for people that like dick jokes.
Yeah.
And I like dick jokes as much as the next guy, but I don't want my dad to make one.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So it makes me curious if X-Force really is the next film, which is supposedly what's being talked about, what that film is going to constitute. If it's going to be a more serious film dealing with Cable forming a true team of X-Force, or if it's going to be a continuation of this with comedy all the way through.
I think unfortunately, like the tracks that I think this is now on, which is the general Marvel at Fox Studio tracks, I think that we just have to treat it as such. And the way to treat it as such is maybe every other one will be good.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Age of Apocalypse didn't really hit as well for me as Days of Future Past. So it makes me curious about the Phoenix movie.
Exactly.
Is that going to be good or is it going to be bad?
It's its turn.
Is that finally going to do Nathaniel Essex?
Unless New Mutants comes out next, then that might be good. And then...
like I have higher expectations for New Mutants because of what the horror aspect they're doing than for Phoenix. I'm more curious about it.
I have this sinking suspicion that the horror approach is a gimmick. Like it's like this sounds very cliche because Adam and I were just using this metaphor in a very different set of circumstances literally 25 minutes ago. But it seems I get an Emperor's wearing new clothes vibe from
probably
New Mutants.
But the Anya Taylor-Joy being the lead character as Magic in there makes me interested because she was really good in The Witch and other stuff I've seen.
And Magic is fucking awesome and interesting. And I don't know. It does make me beg the question of maybe we've been too critical of DC. And maybe we've been too critical of Universal's Dark Universe. And maybe we just haven't praised the Marvel movies enough. Maybe it's not easy. Maybe they're the only ones that can do it.
We'll see.
Because there's no other like universe crossing franchise that's turning out okay.
Yeah, pretty much. But neither of the other two have done it the way Marvel has done it either.
I don't think.
It's not saying they haven't been given the opportunity.
I don't think X-Men is too far off.
No, it's not too far off, but they even realized some of their missteps and tried to do a soft reboot, and it sort of worked.
Right.
Like First Class, I think, is one of the better
If you're
X-Men
going to reboot
films.
something and make it work, it's definitely X-Men that you can do it in because it's the days of past, present, and future, and the days of future, present, and the days of past, future, and the days of present, past. But I think that the X-Men franchise has really tried. Like I think like X-Men 1, which I hate, X-Men 2, which I like a lot, at least the last time I saw it. I'm kind of scared to go back on that one. X-Men 3 is trash. X-Men the new team or whatever, First Class is great, but only in comparison to Age of Apocalypse. If you remove Age of Apocalypse, it becomes very average. Kind of not terrible, but not great. And then Days of Future Past is pretty great. And then Apocalypse is trash. Wolverine was trash. Wolverine Origins is trash. Logan, I think, is trash.
I like the second two Wolverine movies.
The Silver Samurai one?
Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you a story about the Silver Samurai film.
The R-rated version of it is better than the.
So that's the one I saw.
Yeah.
It's the only comic book movie ever, and I made it through the spirit all the way.
So did I.
It's the only comic book movie ever where I fell asleep on it, and I got around to watching the last 25 minutes 4 months later. I just didn't care.
Wow.
But Logan, I don't want to make this a bash Logan thing because I know people are fond of it, but Logan to me is the ultimate bankruptcy of creativity. Like, so I think that a lot of Marvel villains in general lack creativity. That's my big issue with the Marvel universe, is that when you remove Doom and you remove Thanos, who isn't really that interesting, but somehow captures your imagination. So I still give him credit. He's much more interesting in the movie. You remove Doom, you remove Thanos, you remove Magneto. You're kind of left with a bunch of subpar villains. And Wolverine literally has like 4 Wolverine clones that he can fight. Like, he can fight his son. He can fight Omega Red. He can fight Sabretooth. He can fight Lady Deathstrike. He can even fight X-23. Like, there's 5 other characters who are also Wolverine, just spelled differently, and they still had to just make him fight himself because they didn't know which way to look. You know what I mean?
That was disappointing for me in that movie, and how they did Pierce was disappointing. Everything else, I like.
I like Caliban.
Yeah, I like Caliban, but Donald Pierce, the leader of the Reavers.
Oh yeah. Well, the Reavers aren't done justice in my opinion, really at all.
But I really wanted him to be more of a character since he's a member of the Hellfire Club in the comics. He's a big character.
Well, that's another one. So the Hellfire Club has never been done justice in these movies either, and they also managed to not do Black Tom Cassidy any favors.
Yes, but
what a joke!
But that right away was. I instantly knew it was going to be Juggernaut. That was going to be the big guy. I was like, okay, if Black Tom's here, Juggernaut's the end guy. You gave it away.
Yeah,
if you hadn't used him, I would have been guessing.
That's true.
And Black Tom Cassidy was a joke. Because I was like, he's kind of an obscure character because I can't even remember what his abilities are, but I know he and Juggernaut are always
together. Yeah, especially when you think about like that Liefeld, McFarlane.
Yeah,
you know, like you think of the two.
Even from the Claremont era.
Yes, very true. But like the thing with Black Tom is, do you know why they used Karl Malone or Post Malone to?
No.